shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground, for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
All right, you dusty ninjas. All right, you dusty ninjas. This is, I put it over here because we're going to do an open panel. I could have done it on my regular channel, but I decided to do over here. In case we get some of the, how can I say, the unwanted, the strags. This is a place for them to come since we're doing an open panel on the Black Manosphere. So this is a freer space, let's put it that way, because my block list is not as extensive over here as it is on my other channel. So let's see who's here. I see we had a lot of dusty ninjas in here tonight, so we'll get started. Kevin, what's going on? Prince, Louis, Turtle Bitcoin, Gabar, what's happening? Dave Tao, Dietary, what's happening? Saint Seer, Bishop, Roddy, there's no need to fear. Your friendly cloud engineer is here. The Ninja Turtles are in the house, man. Juice, Independent POV, what's up? Lavaris, what's going on? Say, were you able to get the 2 books recommended by Beaches for your study? Oh, you have them both. Okay, yeah. They're books, but also tapes. Get the books, but the tapes are the courses, the audio courses are probably better. Smitty, what's up? Dave Tao, what's going on? Corey, what's happening? Brian Will, what's happening? Darius, what's happening? Yeah, those 2 books I used to actually teach my kids about 30 years ago. How to memorize, how to spell, all that kind of crap, or whatever they needed to memorize. So I used that to teach the kids. Still use it. Is this the main dojo? Nope. This is the far, far, far left dojo. Okay. Bishop, what's happening? Daniel, what's going on? Big Trick, what's happening? I'm trying to get your fellow clean teammate, let's put it that way, to be a cloud engineer. So I'm trying to get him on a straight and narrow. LAXT, what's happening? Adric, what's going on? Barry, Dut, what's happening? Bishop, what's up, a little Maple Leaf? Nothing. Basically, you know, the what's going on right now is the Black Manosphere is supposed to be dead. So this is a eulogy. Nemo, what's happening? Let's see what else we got. Upstar, what's going on? MD Brooks, what's going on? Oh, there he is. There's Instant Media. Yeah, where there's a will, there's an the author died because he was in his 60s. Okay, when he put it out 50s or 60s when he put it out 30 years ago. He was actually a college professor when he put it out, and shit works. Okay, in fact, I'm using part of what he taught me now because I'm actually trying to learn Swahili. And what he always said is work on stuff that you don't know. So I hadn't picked up the book in about a week, so I was going back through the cards and figuring out what I don't know. So I think I got like 120 cards, and I got about 90 that I knew. So I got to go over the other 30. So LeVar said that I got the DVD where there's wheels and A. I got yep, yep, good stuff, man. If you really wanna, if you okay, the two books were Mega Memory, okay, which is a very old course. It goes back into the 80s. Mega Memory, and the second one in the 90s was Where There's a Will, There's an A. Okay, how to study. One's how to memorize, and one is how to study most effectively. And those were two, and it's actually backed up by neuroscience. When I actually read the neuroscience books, okay, what they teach is based on neuroscience. What's up, Ninja Person? How did it go Friday, man? Did he show up? Did he participate? I haven't heard any. Oh, his son is selling the courses. Okay, they're very effective. Okay. Okay, now he has instructions to get his computer ready and pay the toll. Okay, I'll text him and see how he's doing. Cause like I said, it's my nephew, and he's in Texas, and I told my brother, cause my brother, is retired, and he's helping support his lifestyle. So I said, you need to keep your foot up his ass too, cause I'm not there. Cause if I was there, I had my foot up his ass. So I need my brother. I told my brother he's got to help. Mr. Blue Collar, what's happening? And that's about it. We got this big thing about the death of the Manosphere, and I was real irritated yesterday because I went on a panel, and Dr. Johnson told me probably not to go, and I should have listened to him because you got a whole bunch of women and women over talking you, and they want to make speeches and shit like that, and uh, he told me, nope, don't cast pearls before swine, and don't give a pedestrian car keys. And I did both. So anyway, since this is open line, unless you guys got some questions you guys want me to answer, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out the link. Memory Craft, never heard of it. Okay, Memory Craft, I'll look it up. I will look it up. Let's see, invite. Because there's this big thing, man, that's going on about the death of the black manosphere, and I really think the white manosphere is pushing this, is because we have become a thorn in their side since Kevin blew up, because they never paid attention to us, okay, because they didn't think we were worth anything until Kevin blew up, because they would steal our shit and they would pass it off, but nobody paid attention to us until Kevin, and when Kevin brought us into the spotlight. And then they notice all the PhDs that we have, and how politically people don't know that the black manosphere is very strong politically. It's very
Hmm.
strong in the colleges and very strong politically.
Yeah.
And even though and even though I could be mistaken, the manosphere, especially the black manosphere, was not meant to be an entertainment platform.
Mm.
It's not here. It really wasn't here to actually entertain. And a lot of these guys think, okay, if you don't have big numbers and you don't have this big following and you don't have this big subscriber group and you're not bringing in all these dollars, that you're dying. But it's never supposed to be an entertainment platform. It's actually more cultural and political. And that's
Yeah.
what you see. Go ahead.
Me and Lewis were talking about this the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
he pointed out that they were some of them are mad at Kevin for not putting them on, but he said based on our content, who could he put on
Yeah.
and and grow the way he did, and I couldn't think of anybody.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I mean, he did.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did put on few people. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And the reason it was kind of hard for him to put Angry Man and some others on is because they had a lot of pushback to Kevin, and they had a lot of pushback about going mainstream, because
Hmm.
there was a big thing about we need to heal before we build. In other
Oh
words,
yeah,
they
don't
didn't
remind
want to
me.
go mainstream. Remember that?
That's just
Oh
fact.
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that debacle. Good lord.
yeah, yeah. So basically, with people with that kind of mindset, it's
Hmm.
kind of hard to put them on.
Healed before we build. Half the people that's in power now ain't healed. So how you?
Uh, yeah, yeah. That's stupid. Really, it was against Kevin and it was against the PhDs.
Okay.
It was against even bringing regular people into the space because I've always listened for like 8 years. I just listened,
Uh,
and I've heard those conversations, and it's like when Kevin blew up. I watched
yeah,
about 5 episodes. I got the point of it.
yeah.
I didn't watch it all the time because I was
Hmm.
like, I watch the part that he's talking, but I wouldn't watch the parts that he's talking to women because I
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah.
And what I heard in the background, it was just like, okay, what do y'all want? Do y'all want to? Okay, so if the super chats wasn't here, this wouldn't be a conversation. If
Right,
he had a million people watching, but
right.
now it's all this money.
Yes.
Now y'all are feeling some type of way,
Yeah.
and like I watch a lot of people. I listen, but I don't comment.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and I find great issue with certain things. Even though I might like some of their content, I still won't comment in it. I won't say anything. I just take it for what it is. But when that takes place, I actively see it. I actively hear it. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is nothing more than money. It's not even really about the message. It's not about anything.
Right.
And when it comes to the white guys, let's be serious. We heard the many times that they have said matriarchy and
Yes.
gynocracy,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
we know why they stopped saying it. We straight up know why they stopped saying it
Yeah.
because they slowed down on it real quick.
Hmm.
They got it around to their space and they stopped saying it.
Yeah.
We saw how they assimilated certain other concepts,
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, I get this whole, well, we just need to talk as guys, but I've listened to the streams of a Sin Man or whatever, and
Yeah.
it sounded like he grabbed the black guy by his throat and was like, "We're not talking about these race based things." So I
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
how it operates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I was a MGTOW when I first got into this space. I was a MGTOW, and why I left out after about a year is
Race
because of
tension.
race. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't talk about it, and as soon as you talk about it, then all the people that's supposed to be neutral, they start jumping on you.
Hmm.
So they all jumped on me. So okay. You know how it is. You know how it is when you around white folks, and all of a sudden,
Hmm.
the whiteness starts showing up, and you read the room. Say, oh, I forgot where I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll leave y'all to yourselves. Just whatever.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll see my way out.
Operate
What's a
within
no
the
dude line?
hierarchy. Operate within our hierarchy and just stay in your place. And we'll give you flakes of the bread.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah. We
trickle
give you.
down on you.
We give you some biscuits. Yeah, we give you some
Yeah,
Or some
biscuits.
Hmm.
crumbs.
Yeah. Oh,
we'll
Uh,
trickle down. And
oh
the rest
yeah.
of you, we'll just flip the bag over, and those dust
Yeah.
particles you get.
And it's hard to be a smart nigga in a in a
Ooh,
white
yes.
environment. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Unless
oh
they're
yeah.
eating off of you. If they're eating off of you, oh, they
Hmm.
love you to death. If they're eating off of you,
If they ain't
Shout
eating off
out
you,
to
they
yeah,
hate
Tony.
your
they
fucking
hate you
guts.
for guts. They sure do.
I know
Indeed.
I've been to enough Microsoft conferences. Ugh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That bad?
Gwen Media, what's up, BGS? We still
Hey.
around, but the
Yeah.
content
They would.
has been G. I said, well, I don't know what that means, man.
What do you
I
Hmm.
say?
had, I don't know. He says,
Yeah. It got so bad that I would get emails for events and they wouldn't be there.
yeah,
I was like, after a few times, I was like, okay, I'm tired of this crap.
yeah.
Mm.
Also, oh hey Theo.
Let me read
What's
this
good,
real
man?
quick. Yeah, what's up, Mookie?
Hey there.
Folk talk shit about Kevin and talk behind his back and want him to put them on. What
Hmm.
sense does that make? It's real That happens all the time, man.
Hmm.
That happened between me and the Black Brain Chest because I did put them on. I did promote them. Even saved their channel one time, and then they turned on me. I got there one
Hmm.
time. They were talking all kind of shit. So where's this coming from? And then I said, okay, good luck, man. I wish you guys all the best because I'm out. But that happens all the time, man. When they say there's no honor among thieves, okay, there's no
Hmm.
honor
Yeah.
amongst the Black Manosphere sometimes.
They there ain't no argument
Like,
amongst them. I talked to one of their former members behind the scenes.
With
yep.
the Black Brain Trust? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We know how to. Yeah, we know about that.
I don't
Yeah, I know
I
you
don't
talking
have
about.
nothing.
Mhm.
know
I don't
you
have
talking
nothing
about too.
bad. Oh, my bad.
I
And he
want to
was the
say
main.
comment.
He was one of the main ones talking shit too. Go ahead. Go ahead,
So
Mookie.
I don't
I
have any. I
Oh
don't.
no,
I
wait a
don't
minute,
have
wait a minute.
anything to
go
say.
ahead. I want to
I
make
don't
this
have
point
anything.
really.
Oh,
Who's
oh,
first?
go ahead.
Leon and Mookie. Go ahead, Mookie. You
I'm
first.
sorry. I didn't
I
mean
want
to
to make this point. So I started unofficially in the white manosphere about 2008,
Okay.
and
Oh,
then
okay.
really
Real early.
going
Yeah. Yeah.
in the white manosphere in 2010,
Yeah.
and then I was with Sandman and like other people.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that I could talk about black issues in the manosphere until I heard you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And when
Okay.
I started hearing you speak, I was like,
Mm.
oh, this is by far a larger problem than I could possibly describe or understand.
It's unique to us. That's what I was trying to say.
Right.
It's nothing against, because most of the time when I was a MGTOW doing, if you go back to my MGTOW content, I very seldom put any kind of racial
Mhm.
marker on the content, right? But thing
Right.
is, well, I knew that black men have a very unique problem. Okay,
Yeah.
even Mookie, who's would be considered biracial, he knows we have a very unique problem. Okay,
Yep.
and I couldn't talk about that in the white manosphere. I had to come over here.
Correct.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could talk about it. I didn't even
Yes.
know it was something, a discussion.
Yeah.
So when I heard you start speaking about it, I said, okay, like, wait a minute. I actually have to address this. And I always was like denying it, putting it in the back. And
Yes.
this is why I started thinking like, okay, I'm going to have to accept black identity. And
Okay.
when I said black identity, this meant the really dark parts of being a black male.
Yes.
And that's when I started really listening to you about it. And I was like, I have to accept it. I have to go through it. And I did. It was hard.
What is that like, man? Because I'm not biracial. I've been in white environments because I went to white schools, but I don't know what that struggle is like. Okay.
You're kind of looking at your white friends, particularly like your white family members,
Right.
and you're kind of looking at them like, okay, like, do you love me or do you tolerate me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because I love you. I actually have a love towards you. And wait a minute, what's really in your head?
Yes.
Like, let's go through you. And there's some members that actually have genuine love. Like, they don't care. They're like, you're a family member, you're blood.
Yeah.
You're my family, right?
Yeah.
And then there are others who are like, say, like the white girls.
Okay. He's okay, but he ain't like us. Huh?
Yeah, it's this. Well, it's kind of like a fascination or a token.
Yes.
And the more that I was listening to you, and the more I was talking to you, I was like, wait a minute, you're more of a tokenization person.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Yes.
What's going on with you? Like, what's in your head? Why do you have this thinking towards me? I am the last person you should be having this thinking towards.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's being in America.
Hey, see this. I want to.
Go ahead, jump in.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it short.
Jump
You know,
in.
you said the Black Brain Trust. They're going to be back once the Dems are back in office. But since Republicans, they're going to be very solid. You know, I see much from them.
They won't be back at me because they were wrong. Okay, because they went in and basically the internet never forgets. Now, they'll be back.
Yeah,
Within like
that's why they went.
yeah, they're licking the wounds right now. They'll be back.
Yeah, just to clarify something.
I got a question.
Yeah, they're back.
Hold on. Go ahead, AB, and then Louis.
Oh yeah, I was next.
Yeah,
AB, then Louis, and then you can go. I thought I heard Louis, but it was you.
yeah.
After AB.
Was,
Okay.
I was
He
just
dropped
going to
off.
clarify something. Who I talked
Okay.
behind the scenes is not who you think.
Huh? Oh, okay. Oh, it wasn't him.
It's not Rael. It's somebody
Okay.
else.
Oh,
Somebody else
really?
somebody else that used to follow them.
Oh, okay. It was that an active part of them?
Yes.
Active. Oh, okay. Him?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard from him in a while.
I think his name's I forget how to pronounce his name, but
You can email it to me. You don't have to say it online.
yeah.
Yeah. Louis and then
Yeah,
Leon.
I got a Theo, fellow biracial here.
He just dropped off, but there he is. There he goes. Okay.
Is the thing with you, because I know it's with me, like you're too dark to be white and you're too light to be black. And with me, it was more so of being tolerated by the white side of the family.
I wouldn't say necessarily like that, because I was always intellectual. I was always smart. So I really went with my father, and my father was very smart. So it would, like, if somebody would give me crap for being black, I would just give them pure intellect and usually beat them out that way. And I wouldn't really care about it. Plus, fortunately, my parents, for me, gave me a shield for most of my childhood and said if I did have to deal with a racial issue, it was to go to them. And I was not to think about race or racism.
Okay.
And even if something was racist towards me, I was to disregard it and give it to the parents and continue on.
Oh, well, you got good parents. You got really good parents.
Yeah, that was actually really proper, because then I didn't have to think about race. I had to think about science, math, science, like religion,
but when you get grown, you have to learn it on the fly.
Right. That was the problem. I had to learn on the fly, and it was brutal. It was suddenly very brutal, but my self-confidence was there. So with the black girls who said, for example, I wasn't black enough.
Because you culturally, I don't know how you are culturally, because I don't really know you.
Culturally, I'm white.
Culturally, you're white.
I'm white Japanese. I'm a combination.
Okay.
So then, the white girls, I was somebody to talk to. They loved talking to me, but they didn't necessarily want to bring me to their father.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
So then I looked at it. Okay, I had that problem, right? But then I took a step back and I was like, wait, my black friends are having problems with black girls. My white friends are having problems with white girls.
Right.
So it doesn't matter your race. They're still having these problems.
Yeah.
I went to Japan. Japanese girls want to date me. Go to Russia. Russian girls want to date me.
Yes.
I go to France. Syrian girls, Polish girls want to date me.
Yeah, because your race doesn't matter there. You're an American.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that I isolated it, and I turned it around, and I said, it's you people who are messed up, not me.
Yeah.
I'm the good one.
And internally, basically, you go to Japan or you go to Syria, go to Russia. Internally, they have their own biases, okay? But you're outside of that system because you're an American. Yeah. Go ahead, Leon. Jump in.
I got family over the house, but so I bring up this issue all the time. We're all on the same road, right? And there was one disagreement out of 10 with BGS or simply somebody else that people hone in on, and it's like okay, you're getting off the highway and going your own way, but you're still going to get back on the highway. So what we see from particular guys is they'll go through a 3-hour video to find this one simple disagreement out of everything.
Because internally they feel that they disagree, but they don't have anything concrete. So they go through a 3-hour video to find something, and just like a woman would, right? To find something to pick on, even though that is not the underlying issue. Yeah.
Yes,
that's what happens.
And so, like I said, I'll argue with BGS. Then we'll end it because I already know the next thing he says, we're going to agree with each other. We're on the same road again, the same path. I'm following him. It's constant. So, especially when the money came in, when KS came in, we saw the guys start getting emotional.
We started in 2016 when the super chats came in, right?
When the super chats.
And then O'Shea and Angry Man were competing against each other. Okay, that's when the super chats came in. All of a sudden, things went bonkers. Now they needed an audience.
That form of competing, that I'm not going to say it's a Gen X boomer thing, but that needs to literally come to a end. I'm serious. That's like slave plantation behavior. It still is.
If you really want to know where this kind of bullshit comes from, it's actually from hip hop.
Hip hop,
where the diss tracks, the DJs and diss tracks and the beefs, that's where that shit comes from.
And the battles.
Yeah. And the last part is the Theo Wolf. 4 years ago is when you first met me. You went on Bernard Riley, and I asked you the question that him and the other guy said that was rude. You shouldn't answer. I asked, does having a white mother but growing up on North Side, I forgot what the question was, but you were like, no, I want to answer that. And it was like, because you grew up with the white side of your family. And so you explained it to them. And I guess they still didn't comprehend it at the time, but it was a question that I super chatted. for your response, and you felt totally comfortable answering it. And it was about growing up on the other side, because the majority of mixed kids grow up on the black people's side, where our aunties, our mothers, and our
because it's
cousins
easy
give the
because it's
majority
easier
of labor.
because
Yeah,
it's
where
easier
where the
because it's easier. Yeah, 'cause black
yeah,
people
because
more
it's
accepting.
easier.
Hmm.
But it causes the black side of the family to give the majority of the labor, while they have the light skinned kid come out on like an holiday to show off their mixed baby, our family member.
It's because of slavery, right? Basically,
Yes,
and that's what happened to the mulattoes in after emancipation, right? Remember Plessy versus Ferguson, okay?
yes, question,
That's
yes,
what that was about. They didn't want the mulattoes to be considered white. Okay, they wanted to be dumped
yes,
back into the black category. So
yes.
that's
Black
where that comes
category,
from.
y'all go to
So
the HBCUs.
yeah, so that's where the light skin versus dark skin, that kind of bullshit comes from. Is
Hmm.
because you have the buffer zone, which is the mulattoes, or what I call the mulatto class bourgeoisie, trying to intermix with
Hmm.
the black class, and that's where the internal struggle. But even at that, okay, black folks still accept mixed people inside because we always have. So we have
Yes,
we have mechanism to accept mixed babies and mixed people inside our class, because guess what? If the slave master or the landowner gets your wife pregnant, you still got to take care of the baby. Okay, so
yeah,
we have a
and
mechanism of taking care of mixed kids. Go ahead.
yeah, and Theo, you were the only one. You had to tell them, no, I want to answer this question because this is actually a really good. And they were like, well, and you were like, no, Bernard, this is a great question, and you answered about that separation and growing up on that side and how
Mm-hmm.
it benefited you and how it hindered you in some ways too. You talked about it. I thought that was dope. It was
Yeah,
about 4 years ago, maybe five.
Yep, yep.
yeah.
But remember, at that time, I had accepted BGS as black belt, right? And I was in the recovery part, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had a framework
and,
of.
yeah, I remember when I first when Bernard finally first introduced me to it, because I thought, oh, he's coming from a city, man. I'm going to get this work. I said, oh shit. And then he said, I've been listening to you for a long time. I said, oh, okay. It was actually a pleasant surprise. I said, oh shit, he's not coming to attack me.
Mhm. No, no,
I thought I was going
no,
to get to work.
no, no. So I mean, for myself,
Mhm.
you had podcasts where I was in 2017, 2018, where I was basically swearing at you on the other side of the screen.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
oh yeah, yeah, I was definitely fighting, and that I would take a walk and think about it. Be like a few days. A
Okay.
lot of times I could only watch you like one time. That
Oh,
was it.
really?
And
Okay.
then I would come to the conclusion that you are correct.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Hey,
okay, cool. I can now watch another podcast. And it was like that. It was like I don't know, medicine or therapy, but it was at a certain rate.
Yeah.
I was going through it, and I was
You,
like,
you,
this
you,
is
you had to
really
go. You had to go through a different. You had to change your worldview, and it takes time.
Yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
right.
Can I add one thing
Go ahead.
before because I got to get off. So MOT just came in the building and I feel Waff. I was talking to Big J Triple X on his stream and he said none of these guys have gotten anybody jobs. And the first person I pointed out was MOT and Theo Waff because you had one blue collar person that
Mm-hmm.
drives trucks
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and Theo that helps guys learn how to program, do cloud computing and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I had to correct guys, and his response was, well, MOT's not part of that. And I said, during the period of
Oh.
time that he was helping these brothers get CDLs and do all this, that's what he was. So it still shows that people in this space actively help guys start
Oh
careers,
yeah.
get
Oh
off
yeah.
drugs, and
All
do
the time.
everything else.
All the
And
time. I mean,
yeah,
like G. G went from being a pookie to being a truck driver and being into a diesel mechanic, right? They have like 20 or 30 guys that by being around me got their degrees. Okay,
yes,
BGS. I just got my bachelor. BGS. I just got my master. BGS. I just got my PhD or got
hmm
Mm-hmm.
my business MA or whatever, right? So this
Mhm.
this is a constant thing, okay? And
hmm
basically, what I take you through, believe it or not, okay, this is something the PhDs have told me. This is a postdoctorate course, in
Yes.
culture and in politics. Okay, you won't. Well, in fact, people that are PhD level said, "I never heard this in college." Okay, I never heard this from the teachers. I never heard this. This is the first time you're hearing this. So a lot of stuff I say here. Okay, even. Um, Especially on the Patreon, and maybe it can tell you on the Patreon. Basically, I told you stuff 3 years before the experts came out and admitted it. Okay,
Hmm.
they're like Wolf, and Hudson are just out admitting what I told my patrons 3 years ago about
Hey, I'm
Russia,
about to
about
roll
Ukraine,
out.
and about China. Go ahead.
I'm about to roll out, but I got my cousin over the house,
Okay.
and we were arguing with our other cousin, and I tried to explain to him. So when me and my cousin Reg went over to my mom's house, I said, "Yo, mom, can you explain affirmative action and DEI to him?"
Oh, you know, you know, I got a
Hey,
clip.
hey,
Go ahead.
she sounds just like me and you, BB.
Yeah, you,
And
you
he
know.
was like, white women. She was like, yes, white women.
You know
LGBT.
what? There's something that, and I don't agree with this the professor, right? I can't remember his
Yeah,
name, right? That does black whatever it is, black something. Where all the academics come, right? He had a guest on, right? And the first
Africana
5 minutes
studies. Yeah.
they were talking about the first 5 minutes they were talking about DEI and how they lost ground when Obama put DEI in instead and took away affirmative action. Okay, so
Oh,
we lost about three or four. We lost half of our shit when Obama came in and put DEI in, half of
Damn.
it,
Yeah, because
because
how it
he
performed.
gave it to gays and white women. Yeah, yep.
And
All right, so I got a
like
question.
Hold
I
on.
told before I leave, I told Reggie, just like I told you, my mom gets paid to
Uh
deny actual reality. That's what she
okay.
gets paid to do. Okay.
Uh huh.
But hey, I'm out. Yeah, have a good
All
day.
right.
I'm gonna chill with
Okay.
the homies and fam.
all
Okay.
right.
Bye bye.
All right. All right. Okay. Ask your question.
I mean, is this a positive format to have like the fresh and fit and the anchor man shit? Dude, we got enough lost dudes as it is, man. Like, I don't.
Is it a positive format as far as what? They're entertainers.
um, any male progression. Oh, okay.
They're,
So if they're on some entertainment shit, then I guess
they
that's no further questions, Your Honor.
yeah. Angry Man, Fresh and Fit has always been entertainment based. They put on OnlyFans girls, and you run a
Yeah,
Jerry
pretty much.
Springer
Yeah.
type show,
Hmm.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
for white
I
frat
can't watch that
boys.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I
because it's
get it.
not designed for you. It's designed for white frat males between the ages
Oh yeah.
of
Oh yeah, I
18
get
and
it.
30. Yeah,
I get it.
Let them get their
I mean, but
rage on.
go ahead.
yeah, but all right. But if that's just what they're teaming up for, okay. All right, man. I got it.
Basically, Fresh and Fit, and because Angry Man moved from what he was to entertainment because he wants the bag. So he's trying to link up with Fresh and Fit and the White Manosphere because he actually wants a bigger bag. He wants to expand his audience. That's why he's doing that shit.
That explains it.
Makes sense.
It's entertainment. Okay.
Well, okay. All right. Well,
I,
well,
I
all right.
don't I don't know what to tell you because he made this
No,
switch.
no, no.
Yeah.
It sums it up pretty well because that's what I thought it was. But I'm
Mm,
thinking like, hopefully they don't try to pull this. We're trying to do shit for men portion because like the election's
no,
over and whatever we would have organized for would have happened there. But if that's
no.
all it is, all right, man.
And
All right.
which
That's
is
the only
why
question I had.
they want to kill the actual black manosphere. So no matter what differences we have, right? We talk about real shit. Okay, and we're here not because we're trying to entertain people or make a whole bunch of money, right? We're here because we're trying to get information out, whether it's right or wrong, right? This is what we're trying to do. They're not. They gave
They're
that up a long
not.
time
Okay.
ago.
So, oh, okay. Well, I got another question then.
Uh huh.
Okay, so how do you kill off the black manosphere so that way this shit can kind of take over in the algorithm? If the black manosphere as a word is kind of flagged and you can't really put it in videos without your shit being demonetized, like, okay, how does that work?
Okay, the only way you can kill off anything, right? Okay, and this is something Craig Hewlett told me uh, um, about 30 years ago, right? 20, 30 years ago? Yeah, yeah. No, he told me that about 20 years ago, okay?
Hmm.
Um, either you pay them off or redress the grievances. That's how people don't know. That's how they ended the civil rights movement, right? Which is the Kerner Commission. redress the grievances. Affirmative action, all the laws they put in place to actually address the grievances that black people had. That's what actually ended the civil rights movement. It wasn't anything like violence or anything like that, because that won't do it, right? Redress the grievances, right? The only way to get rid of the black manosphere is to address the black
Okay.
manosphere's problem. Like MGTOW is pretty much gone, is because 70% of your 70% of your young men are actually MGTOW right now. So there's no need for them because basically they've taken over the mainstream. So that's come you don't hear about them very much anymore because
All right, cool,
redress the
man.
grievances.
Thanks for answering my question. I got to roll out. You know I'm on the
All
road.
right.
So, all right,
Peace
man.
out.
Have a good
Okay.
night.
All right.
Yeah. It comes as no surprise, like you said, BJS. It's all about entertainment, and as far as like Russian fits and everything. I mean, let's not forget what they are, and how it plays, and how they're being embraced, you could say, by those who follow them and such. But me
Yes.
personally,
I never cared for them. So
Because you're not their target audience. That's why.
yeah,
that's
not
correct on that.
Yes.
I get that.
Yeah.
We're not the
That's
target
fine.
audience.
But the thing is because the way they look, okay, people want to dump them into the black manosphere. They never claim to be. They don't. We're not their audience. We're not their followers. Nothing like that, right?
Nope.
Completely different. But if you look at their average follower, they would not look like us. Okay, they look more like Rollo Tomasi and those kind of folks. Even Coach Greg, right? Coach Greg Adams will tell you, black men are not his target audience. They're not.
Shout out to Coach Greg. I haven't looked
Greg.
at him in a while, but
Yeah, he finally got drug into it because of Rollo. Because Rollo, what really was going on with Rollo, and this is something that said Rollo Tomasi is the biggest head of the black manosphere. He didn't like Kevin. ARC always crapped on Fresh and Fit format, but it does the same show with Mike Sartain in Las Vegas. Also takes daily shots at psyche. It's because Rollo Tomasi is an OG. Is because he started on the blogs before YouTube, and so he figures that he should get a prominent place and make the bulk of the money is because he is an OG. Because Rollo Tomasi's blogs go way back, okay, back to the early 2000s, okay. That's how far back he goes, and he figures that he should get most of this money instead of these Johnny come latelys. That's how come he gets pissed off. But Rollo Tomasi got into the video game way late. Rollo Tomasi didn't get into the video game until Kevin, because he saw Kevin making all his money. He said, "I want some of this money too." So that's Rollo Tomasi's problem. He feels slighted.
Yeah, but he's not going up against black women. Nobody was doing that. Only Kevin did that successfully. We're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Kevin, because I'm intimately know, because I told Kevin to do this, right? Kevin, in other words, you know how, just like anything else, right? When lightning strikes, okay, and it's your turn, okay, as you take that opportunity, you don't. COVID and the mix and all that kind of stuff kind of coalesced, and basically all these chicks started panicking, right? And so they need somebody to run to. So Kevin was the outlet for that. So it's a unique opportunity. That's what put Kevin on. Okay, and that's what I told Kevin. You're in the right spot at the right time, man. So I told him, ride this shit till the wheels fall off. And he fell off before the wheels did.
Yeah.
God
the wheels are still going. Shoot.
Yeah.
The wheels are still going. That's true. And probably
the energy.
And probably it's gonna okay. BS tax and tacos. Appreciate you, Mr. Blue. It's gonna happen again because what Trump is gonna take. What Trump is going to take these women through is going to be akin to what happened with COVID. With the end of DEI, cutting those jobs, cutting the welfare programs and all that kind of stuff. Now you hear a lot of white women crying about welfare where you didn't before.
Oh yeah, I saw a white woman the other day talking about they took my $40,000 of food stamps and my WIC and my. I was like, what? I was like, but yeah, them white women are crying now.
Yeah,
we never get that. When I was homeless, I didn't get that.
No,
I get nothing.
You're a black man. Of course, you're not
right.
going to get it.
Yeah, I'm like, why are they crying about this stuff, man? What, they can't deal with it?
Because they're women, they can do that. Especially the worst is white. And you're raised. When you know about white women, they can't take that kind of pressure.
They can't take it.
They can't take it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, white women don't know how to take that pressure.
No, they don't. They especially millennial white women. They're gonna fold like a
Like a
cheap
cheap suit.
tortilla, like a
And I
cheap
tell and
tortilla.
I tell young dudes this all the time. There's no difference between a black strag and a white strag. In fact, the white strags are
Ooh,
actually
there is a difference. There is a difference.
yeah,
There's
the
a
Break
white
difference.
it
strags
down
are
for me.
worse.
Oh, the thing is, a white strag knows her place. A black strag does not.
Yeah, that's true. Very
Yeah.
true. That's
A
true.
white low class chick knows that she's a white low class chick, and she's
And
not trying to be pretentious. Where a
right.
black one thinks that she can go to to a black tie ball. That's the difference.
Yeah. Also, a white one,
Mm-hmm.
if she knows her boat is sinking, she'll let it sink for a while, but then she'll step off at a certain point and say, "Okay."
I gotta
Not a
find
black
somebody.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a black
Black
one.
one will go straight to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, and then trying to swim up.
hmm
Well, bitch, you
You
should
ain't
have got off the
Aquaworld,
boat when it was
bitch.
above the surface.
Wait, BGS.
But I thought I could swim.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah,
yeah.
Shut up, shut up, Mookie. Shut up, Mookie.
not when you're in the Titanic level, you can't swim. No, you can't swim nowhere. That's what black
No,
people.
no, black one thinks she can swim. I can swim,
Yeah.
but
There she
a
goes.
white woman said, "Oh no, I can't swim. Let me get off this boat, okay?" She knows better. Let me find a man quick. That's it.
Let me get my
Hey,
life jacket.
BGS, that make a good thumbnail.
What's that?
Black woman at the bottom of the sea. Oh, or
Oh
a sinking
yeah,
boat.
yeah, a sinking boat. You see the boat on top, and then she's
Y'all
down at the
shouldn't say
bottom.
shit like that. Not when I got this AI tech now. Oh my god, it's getting
And what a white woman stepping off the boat, and then
Mm.
onto the raft, and the black woman at the bottom, and and white woman says, "Girl,
Mhm.
why you down there?" She said, "Girl, I thought I could swim."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm looking at her like, I know you can't swim. I know
Yeah.
that some of my family can't swim. I know y'all can't swim. I know.
And
I
half the
swim. I swim
time,
because of my white side. They made me swim. Okay.
yeah. And consider this.
Mhm.
You know how black women about their hair. So you know they were wasting a whole lot of time just trying to wrap their hair and not
No,
get
no,
wet.
they, no, no, it wasn't. No. They okay. They stubborn. They think, I ain't getting off this boat because I can swim until they get down to the bottom and figure out they can't. Girl, I thought I could swim.
No, you thought what your interpretation of your swim is thinking like you like a sperm whale. You can just take the pressure.
Yeah,
and go up.
that's what they think. Okay, until they figure out, oh, this is real. Okay, well,
Bitch, you ain't Moby Dick.
white women know I can't swim. No, hell no.
Wait.
Yeah.
Bishop
Hey,
Bullwinkle, can we play Hell to the Nah?
Anyway, I said, peace be just. Can you define what your animus is? Your animus is okay. As Jung defined it, okay, you have a small minority cells that acts as a female inside your brain. Okay, that's connected to your really you actually a bigger portion of your brain, right? It's connected to your body and connected to the outside world, where your logic center is male. Okay.
Ah,
Okay, so your animus is your female emotional side,
Mm.
as defined by Jung. But the thing is, since males brains are wired to be logically thinking, okay. In other words, they're parallel, okay, and not cross like females are, okay. Like into one brain, males have a parallel brain, like a processor, okay. It's built for logic. Women are built for emotions and connections. But the thing is, you still have a small portion, maybe like 5 or 10% that's female, okay, that connects you to other stuff. So basically, that's how come you have to develop your animus or your female side if you want emotional connection to nature and to the rest of the world. So that's why you develop your animus. But
is
that's
that
the
why?
short version. Go
Is
ahead.
that why some guys are great musicians or great philosophers?
They
Great
tap into the creativity
creativity and everything.
is a combination of logic and emotion. And most guys that tap into that emotional side and into they can actually feel and actually marry that with logic.
Ah,
Females have to do it the opposite way.
that makes sense. That's why whenever we have to, when we feel something, we have to process, trying to
You have
understand
to
why we feel
process it
this way.
for why do we feel this way? Yeah. Okay. And then women do the opposite thing. Okay. I feel something, and then they have to see see what it feel what it is, and then think about why. Okay, men think about why first.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Yeah.
even when you talk to women, like when I did my Be Just for Women show,
Mm-hmm.
I would never ask. Well, men ask you, "What do you think?" Okay. Well,
How do you
women ask
feel?
you, "How do you feel? How do you feel? What do you feel about that?" And then once they explained it to me, and then said, "Okay, now that you feel that, now I know how you feel. Why do you feel that way?" And then that's when they start processing their feelings, and they come to a conclusion. Men, you can't do men that way. You let them
They
think in their
can't.
feelings, they can't get out of it.
Too overwhelming for us sometimes, especially considering that we're taught not to express our emotions, and the only emotions that a man is allowed to have is, for the most part, are either aggression, is usually aggression, or be stoic,
Yeah,
which denies your humanity in a sense.
yeah. Okay, Southern Purchase, I've been noticing your name never comes up amongst these discussions, BGS. They mention all the drama without saying that you kept it alive. Facts. I don't know how people. I don't know if people know how to take me, because I challenge people. You come up here, okay? I don't care if you were a pedestrian or an expert. I challenge you. Like Theo knows, I challenge him. Okay, I ask him specific questions. Okay,
Yeah.
why something happens? How does it happen? How you get your knowledge? What do you do? Blah blah blah. And then if you know what you know, I let you go. I let you run with it. But I challenge you first, as you're supposed to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think. Oh, I think a lot of us also, like when you're talking, when we're
Yeah.
listening to you for years,
Yeah.
we're also challenging you, but
Yes.
we're not directly speaking, but we're having that conversation in our head,
Yeah,
and then we're going back and forth.
this ninja is wrong. Okay, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and prove this ninja wrong. Okay, and say, wait a
Right.
minute. Okay, that motherfucker right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
then
easy to go.
the ramifications, like, wait a minute, it's a lot worse than I ever thought it was.
Yeah.
Like the situation, like, ooh, no, this isn't right. And then you kind of just look, like, my definition of how I looked at the world in America changed overnight. And I was
Really?
like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is bad. It's really bad. So, yeah, it was kind of fun. I'm glad I went through it. I think there's other guys who go through it. And then in our class, when we're talking, we have conversations about you all the time.
Okay.
And people are battling through a lot of what you're saying. We're trying to show the reality of it.
Yeah, and the good thing is that, well, you probably know it now. You probably didn't know it then. You're actually ahead of the curve. The problem hasn't shown up yet. Okay, and so by the time it shows up, you've already processed it and said, okay, I know what that is, and I kind of figured out a way around it.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I interject?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Jump in.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, first off, hey, what's up to everybody, man? Just shout out.
What up,
Stop by
Wolf?
to say hi. Not much, man. Just busy, but I'm taking the day off, man, and just kind of resting. And
Hey, Dad.
How is this shakeup affecting you, man?
honestly, it hasn't hit us too bad yet. I mean, what we do is kind of part of the Department of Education, so we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. But so far, business is just kind of moving along as usual. We are in our busy season now after the Daytona 500 all the way to October. So far, haven't really seen any problems, but I'm just trying to build the ark before the rain, if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
That's why, with Theo, that's why I was like, I noticed, like, with the Maker Monday that you did, I was kind of like, I wanted to possibly get into the classes, kind of learn a little bit more. It's been a long time since I've been out of tech. So, it'd be nice to try to get my feet wet. And I got a buddy of mine who does web development, who's trying to make a pivot, but stay in the tech industry. And I recommended him to your class and all that stuff. And he said he might take a look at cybersecurity as his next move. So
you can definitely come and talk. I mean, I'm very frank with them. As my students, some of them are in the group right now. I'm extremely frank and brutal inside the class because I tell people, I said, I was homeless and I had to very much understand what made money and what did not.
Yes.
And that's kind of my thing too.
When I was in Japan, I didn't know the same thing too. Like, I'm a foreigner in Japan. Why are they paying me? Why are they allowing me to be in the country? I have to answer that question. And
sorry.
The way I do my labor is going to be different. What we see, though, is a lot of people go into job fields that are not beneficial and will keep them continually poor and wages stagnant, even during inflation. So I addressed that situation directly in the class.
Yeah, he's self-educated too, man. I remember watching, like I used to work at a call center. He worked security. And I used to sit here, and during his time, he would be studying his web development, doing his pages and stuff like that, man. That was, but just what I wanted to say real quick, I kind of got off topic, man, was when it comes to like what I learned from you, BGS, and things like that, I didn't necessarily find myself so much challenging my worldview as it was looking for missing pieces. Because I was always looking, I'm more practical and pragmatic by nature. So it's kind of like when you called yourself an amoral pragmatist, I could understand that, and a structural realist. So for me, it was always like I'm always one of those people who look for the why behind the why.
Yes.
So your channel really does help out a lot with that, and that's why I was happy to sub to the Patreon, because it's like, okay, I know there's certain things you can't talk about here.
Yeah.
But there's an inside baseball that we need to know that they're not giving us. And I always felt like that. So when I got to it, it was like, yeah, I definitely got to learn more about this stuff. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but that's what it's for, because actually I did it for like 13 years with a buddy of mine before YouTube, even before Blog Talk. Okay. And we did that for 13 years as far as black studies and Africana studies and stuff like that, as far as African studies and African politics. And so I just transferred what I did over there to here. Okay. I was actually studied to be a Gnostic under my teacher before he died. I studied under Craig Hewlett as far as politics, and I actually studied African politics under my my co-host back then. So
gotcha.
So
one of the
go ahead.
Oh, I'll say one other humorous thing though. I mean, as far as the biracial thing, it's like I got friends who are biracial and stuff like that. And even some fraternity brothers and Theo, like I'm full black, but it was like the one thing I always make a joke about, because I know y'all can hear my voice from the outside. I was like, my voice is too white for an HBCU and too black for Fox News.
That is true. you are a tweener. You are a tweener.
Yes. So that was always the weirdest thing for me, but it is true. And I just
I went through the same thing, but I worked in the black environment for like 30 years, so a lot of that stuff went away. But when I first got out of school, I got that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
being a tweener. Being a tweener. What's up, Ed?
Yeah, I'm kind of a tweener too, but I wish they fucking would try to bring up my black credentials. I'm not the one to be doing that, especially from black people or white people, man. And usually, to be fair, white people would test me more than black people ever did.
I got more black people testing me than white people, because white
people thought I was that one to pick off and say I got a Negro. And they found out real quick.
Still could tell you, being the smart Negro in the bunch, they kind of afraid of you a little bit, so they kind of back off.
Especially when you're the chocolate chip, yeah.
If you're the smartest in the bunch, or close to the smartest in the bunch, they kind of back off, okay, because they know they're gonna need you at some point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Theo.
No, that was kind of my dilemma, especially with white women, because I'd be looking at them and be like, wait a minute, like what's like white American women? I'm looking at them and I'm like, look, I fully understand your emotional state. I understand what's going on. Like, why do you have this issue with my race? Like, what is wrong with you? And I couldn't understand it. Like, it just did not make any sense to me at all. And I knew there were some things about being black, but I didn't understand how bad it was. Whereas, again, when I was in Russia, when I was in France, when I was in Japan, they liked it. They thought it was exotic. They're like, date me over here. I'm the blonde. Date me. available. Right. So they didn't have any concept. They didn't have any problem, and that's when the relationships were really good and fun.
Yeah.
It's still my dilemma with the white American woman. I still kind of look at them and like,
I mean, her personally, you won't have a problem with, but the thing is, her family is where the issue comes in.
Oh, even her as a person as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's different areas going on there, and I just kind of just look at them and like, wait a minute, like. I know you, but I don't know you. But you're kind of okay. So I listen to your material, and then I put your values in my head for computation, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, that was making total sense. And then I'm looking at it like, why are you so messed up? Like,
yeah, okay.
You have a problem. It's on you. It's not me. It's you, honey.
Yeah.
You got to figure that out.
Yeah.
BGS?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I'm never going to get used to you calling me sir. I don't know. It's just,
okay. Yeah, I know. It's an African thing. I know.
Young man in my case, or my son will be easier. That's what I'm used to. I remember when we were talking about everybody getting dealing with some of the information you're talking about, and people having a hard time rejecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, I'm an outlier, but for me to I came into the space through Black Phillip, through Patrice O'Neill.
Okay.
I got all 13 episodes.
Yeah, that's how I came in. But this is 2012, 2013. I was going through my mental health issues, and I was extremely volatile. And it was like listening to Patrice initially. Because it was making a lot of the things he was saying made sense to me, especially, but it was also a way for me to escape from my issues because I was very self-destructive. It kept me from trying to hurt myself in a sense. That kept me alive.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I came into the MGTOW spaces, and then eventually I came across you.
Okay.
Your MGTOW channel. And then learning about, Ibmore and everything, trying to understand, this makes a lot of sense. Especially because I was seeing this have experienced stuff like this before. But my case is a little different because, growing up in the Middle East, understanding what racism is like there, also understanding colorism from an African's perspective, and then race up here in Europe as an African. And it was making a lot of sense. And some of the stuff you were telling, it was stuff that my father had told me when I was younger. He was planted the seeds. It's just they weren't ready to germinate. And then I came across you, and that's when a lot of them just started making sense. So it was and first I remember the first time I came up to your Coliseum, first thing I said to you was thank you.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
So I understand people just it takes them a while to process this because anger is the only reaction that most men are allowed to have, like I said earlier, only emotion they're allowed to have.
Yeah, because when I first say it, it sounds like I'm full of shit. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, this can't be, okay? Because it's not the way I was taught.
Mm-hmm. And I actually want to jump into that because that's the main reason I came up. The issue, they said that you fill in blanks. Yeah, it's certain things that I suspected based on what I knew, but it was clarity on a couple of gaps, a few gaps. But for the most part, I agree with what he was saying. The thing that gets on my nerves is people don't trade in facts. Now, what he was saying, he trades in facts. People trade, so the value where you become is making stuff clear. There may be things but you make it very clear. Kind of like, if it's okay, show your work. You're kind of like the lazy man's option of the work. So it's great. Now there's a foundation behind what I already kind of know, I kind of knew. Cool. The issue with people with you is really you have people that trade in narratives. Now they socialize for that, fine, but they trade in narratives and black. And this is where I really have an issue with black men, particularly African American men, FBA black men. I have an issue with this because at the end of the day, if you want to be we get what we're up against in the United States and all that. But if you want to do the best you can with what you have, with what the dynamic is, and be competitive or as competitive as you can be, there are certain things you're going to have to do. And I'll say this from an individual standpoint. You all are going to have to bridges you're going to have to cross. And what black men have a tendency to do is basically keep their head down, even with their own women. When it comes to narratives and things, to the point where they actually believe it's like shitless. We know that that's some BS. Now, some people eat it, whatever, but there's a negative history with that. But you almost teach yourself to adopt that as a delicacy because that's the human condition as far as adaptation. And that's what I see with a lot of this. And when you come and you say some of the stuff you say, it's like they can't understand it. I'll give you a perfect example and I'll be done with what it said. It really pisses me off. I was listening to Art and the stream y'all had yesterday or the other day. And you said, I remember when they were trying to come after the PhDs, and you said they got to go through. You made a
Yeah.
statement saying they got to go through, and then they kind of backed off, right?
Yeah.
My thing, the fact that that shit had to happen is amazing to me, because I would really want to say, so what did you think they were going to do? Because it wasn't even like it was one person. We had the street version of that. We had the in the middle of that with Ronald Needle, and then we had the one. I mean, you can put them all out up front. But you get what I'm saying? The most accurate, the one, Dr. Tia Sean, which he's the one you probably put on TV first. Let's listen to it.
Yeah.
And it's like and I know it never got to that, but in my mind, I'm like, I wish I could make your ass really tell me what was the issue that had it get to the point, because I remember that I just didn't pay attention to it too much, to the point where you even had to say that. Like, what was the threat level here? Anyway, I mean, but that's the thing that I'm talking.
Oh, you had a whole bunch of people going around trying to sour their name and go on a jihad campaign about bad mouthing them.
I mean, I know what it is. Like, you got and let's just keep it real, because a lot of it is able to happen because of the audience. You have the real nigga Olympics going on, and it's like, you niggas put up your champion. This is why O'Shea is not perfect, and I still I fuck with O'Shea, but I still hold O'Shea accountable for that Pearl shit. That was I ain't listening to Jason Black because of that, right? That's some bullshit. But at the same time, it's like, people used to juxtapose O'Shea versus other folks, and it's multiple other folks, and they would make him the bad guy in order to uplift these people. And now these other people don't know what to do, because now there's YouTube politics. I mean, you said, again, I'm listening to the art stream where y'all said you could go to a Chitlin circuit and Charles could be the next Brandon Tatum. You was like, get your money. Yeah. It's like certain people are getting their money, and it's like, you can't accept that that's what they're doing. Even though, to be real, these people were always, they were always transparent about they're on this platform to make money. Yeah, they want to help black men, but they're on this platform to make money. They're not poor man preachers.
They're not poor righteous preachers. No, they never were.
Yeah, and they never, and so now people don't know what to do, because this was their Neo, and it's like Neo turned on them, and it's like, no, you the fool. And I say all that only to say this, because it goes to the same thing with the women and Derek Jackson and Ace Metaphor. You sign up to narratives. You want to validate. I call it the lie to me economy. And you all look for your best emotional dope dealer. Now, certain people may be more realer than others, granted. But that's your damn fault.
Yeah. I've lost people by giving factual information. I've actually lost people. So, but that
I mean, it's common information. People still can't. I'm glad you and your brother didn't have like a falling.
I always say this first thing: prove me. The thing is, prove me wrong. And once she lost exactly the way I said she would lose, what are you gonna say? Because this election, I called this election 2 years ago. Okay, right down the center. The only thing was Trump actually gonna survive the process or not? And Bannon said the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, like when you're younger, you tend to be more offensive with that. Versus, I assume if you get older, you learn how to manage certain people, especially relationships that are critical. And it ain't that big of a deal. It ain't like, okay, I need you to acknowledge I'm right, And so you get better at managing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that I'm really losing a lot of patience for people fighting for these bullshit narratives.
Yeah, I've got to remember, I went through this process before. What we learned is do the work early, okay? Try to be accurate as possible, and then let the headlines prove you right, okay? Because even with this election, man, I didn't beat my chest. I said, okay, we'll see, okay? I said this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is why, right? And after that, right after the election, all the Democratic shills and they all started fessing up. Okay, exactly what this guy said was 100% right. Okay, down to the tittle because I did my work. It's not, the thing is, people think that I just pulled this out of my ass. I do not. Okay, I got a whole team of I got a whole team of people that do research and collect articles and stuff like that. And I read. I must scan or read at least 30 articles a day. A day. Okay. This is not easy. And then I have to go through. Got to remember during the Ukraine war, I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, listening to Jamal Thomas and listen to the Duran and listen to all these people, the McGregors and the Ritters and stuff like that, all throughout the whole process. So basically, I put my work in. I put in 5-6 hours a day just on this shit. So when I say something, I'm not pulling out of my ass. Okay, I've done the
I
work.
like to add something. I like to
Go
add
ahead.
something. When you Okay, yeah. Also, I'm glad you brought that up about when you go and read the documents regarding a lot of the geopolitics and stuff, because
Yeah.
I don't remember what video it was, but you guys were talking about China, or
Yes.
I think it was China doing business with Africa regarding the chocolate
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's one.
It's because in my iteration, okay, we were
Uh-huh.
talking. We were talking to the red communists at the time because they had with our show they had a watcher, okay,
Mhm.
had a watcher watching us, right? He actually interacted with us, okay, and
Yeah, I was going. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so Ghana. Okay, a lot of people that we knew at the time were inside Ghana, right? And Cote d'Ivoire's right next to it. So we had intimate knowledge of stuff on the ground. So we knew exactly what was going on, even down to
Yeah,
South Africa not liking Gaddafi.
right.
We
And
didn't
see
think
what I
they
was
would
going to
turn
say.
on him, but they did. We were just kind of surprised that they turned on him, but they did. Okay.
What I was going to say about that is
Mm.
regarding chocolate and stuff, because I work in vending. I do, I pull
Oh,
up vending
okay.
machines and deal
Uh
with
huh.
chocolate and stuff.
Uh
And we see the cost of chocolate and how much it's gone up. And a lot of my customers and stuff, we
huh.
actually end up they get mad because they're like, man, it's going up, man. It costs something like, first of all, inflation. Second of
Yeah.
all, we do,
The supply
they don't
chain.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't, the supply chain, they don't know stuff like that. But then
Yeah.
once I break it down to them and stuff, they kind of get it. More
Yeah.
so, folks that look like us, I got to break it down to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. A little
You
further
know,
down. Yeah.
yeah, a little further down, but then they get it. But even more so, just from a business standpoint, like I'm like, yeah, man, you gotta understand the cost got to go up for simple. They're like, I can go to Walmart or I can go here. I'm like, yeah, you can, but guess what?
Yeah.
Walmart can sell their stuff for that small because what else for that low? Because guess what else they make it up on?
Yeah. Yeah. Other
TVs,
TVs and stuff like
clothes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Then once I break it down to them like that, then they're like, okay, I get it.
And Walmart and Costco and places like that have a special uh, uh, deal with
With the
the vendor,
retail, with the
with the retailer,
suppliers.
with the suppliers. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Walmart can actually strong arm them to actually get a better deal.
yeah, but I just wanted to add that because I was like, that's one of the biggest things about this space is learning. Like learning that little detail right there helps me with the pushback that we get when we have to increase our costs and stuff.
Yeah,
Just to
because this is what they call very niche knowledge. That's
Mhm.
like I was just going back and forth with a guy about Elon Musk, right, and Trump, and and he was talking about Elon Musk is actually pimping Trump. I said, if you that's what you think, you don't know who Trump is. I said, Trump picked Elon Musk for a particular reason is because he wants revenge, okay? And Elon Musk is the guy
Yes.
that will get it to him. But people don't realize that because you haven't followed me, okay? If you have followed me, you know that Musk is only doing what Trump wants him to do.
Yep.
And so the very thing that Elon Musk is doing is he's actually giving orders by Trump to do this shit, okay?
And given that I was as a young man, I was a practitioner of revenge. I absolutely understand where he's coming from.
I mean, you could be a 90-year-old man. Somebody tries to take your life. You're gonna take that a little personally,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and that's
just
the
a
one
little
thing I
bit.
try to get them to understand.
Absolutely.
Like, bro, they threw him in jail, they persecuted him, and then when they still couldn't get him, they tried to kill him
Mm-hmm.
twice,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and they failed. You think if somebody did that to you and you got your power back that you not gonna go after him? Come on now.
Uh, 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 Lord Love Smith. Okay, I know you pushing and said Ed, but we don't do that shit here. Okay, okay. Now you made a super chat. You made your statement. I don't like blocking people. Okay, so stop the bullshit because I will block you. Okay,
Hmm.
but since you paid, I'll put it up there because Ed's got pretty thick skin. But
Hmm.
but don't do that bullshit again. All right. Okay. If you're not on my Patreon, you don't know. A lot of the reason I don't do it is because YouTube is real sensitive while we putting that shit out in public, and so is well, it used to be the party in charge. Okay, because sometimes
Hmm.
my shit is too far ahead, and they're not comfortable with releasing this kind of data. and I can kind of guess their direction, and I don't like that shit. So just like the thing with the
How do you
Ukraine.
know? How does this old Negro know our shit? Damn.
Because you publish it, okay? It's there,
Yeah.
it's published. The thing is, how did the thing is how did he find it? That's the thing. It's buried. How did this nigga find this shit? We can't find it. How did he find it? Because I'm like Mookie, we find shit.
You guys know how to do it. You guys.
Mookie, somebody asked for something and said, "Wait a minute, we can't find it." Mookie said, "Oh, here it is, right here."
You do cross correlation.
I gotta go to Mookie.
Cross
Like, hey
correlation.
Mookie, hey Mookie,
Yeah.
did you find this, and that? Also, can you also check out if you can find these things, and just let me and just bill me afterwards. That's how it has to be.
And then Mookie will look at you like, "You knuckleheads, this is right here. You couldn't find it."
Yeah.
I tried everywhere. I tried to look. I didn't know where to look. That's why I'm asking you, man. There's no shame in asking for help. And plus, I'm paying you.
All right. Okay. Lord Love Smith. Last warning. Okay. Last warning. Please calm down. Okay. I don't want to block you. This channel. I'm trying to give you guys leeway on this channel. Please do not make me block you off this channel. Okay. Go ahead.
You're so nice, BGS.
What I'm saying, this channel is for the people that are a little bit left of center, right? And sometimes they don't know where the line is. I'm trying to tell them where the line is. Okay.
Okay. Just to talk about this whole thing about being mixed and everything, just to put a little spin on it. That's the only way I can.
Appreciate that, Landon. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Landon, what up? Considering my current physical situation, where I'm virtually turning white.
White. Okay.
Because of my vitiligo.
Yeah, vitiligo is some weird shit, man. I know brother was chocolate and had vitiligo. You could barely recognize him. Yeah.
Oh man, one of my boys kind of clowned me kind of hard about it, but I jokingly, when people ask me what's wrong with your face, I said my mom slapped the black off me when I was little. That's how I deal with it. Hey. If I ever show you the back of my head, I said that's my dad's job. That was my dad because he had the big hands for it. But just looking at that, I'm like, that is just weird, just turning white and everything. Because I've seen that before when I was younger, and from an African perspective, I can tell you that is highly stigmatized. They're not gonna harm you, but they feel bad for you. It's like you're a leper and shit like that. But, is that
what happened to Sammy Sosa?
Sammy Sosa.
No. He did it on purpose. Yeah.
Skin lightening cream for him. It was skin lightening cream. He went over and did it too.
My mom would say to me when I was really little that I was black because I wouldn't clean myself properly.
Oh God!
Oh, that was cold.
You know, a lot of the black bourgeoisie back in the day used to say the same thing. Don't go outside; you're gonna get too dark, and clean that black off of you and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I always I told my mom she gets sunburned because of historical sin.
Oh boy!
Y'all guys are cool.
Hey, Mookie, did you slap her on the back when she got sunburned so she peeled?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, they hate that. They would hate that. Yeah, they start cringe. They start peeling. Their skin start peeling when you slap them on the back. Yeah.
I was like, Mom, why is it my skin doesn't peel at all? It's all perfect. What's wrong with you?
She said, "You little motherfucker."
That's not right. I go back outside.
Go ahead, that's it. Yeah.
You little motherfucker. Well, if I have grandkids, they'll know that I'm a motherfucker because I fucked their mom. That's how they came to this world.
Yeah. Johnny Vegas says pedestrian. I was watching CNN and BGS. Now you see that right there. You know you done fucked up, right? You know that, right?
I told you. Thank you, Bill Duke, for that line.
Yep.
Thank you, Bill Duke.
Hey, BGS.
Go ahead, Louis.
I listened to that stream that you was on yesterday.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, I thought I had it bad listening to Clubhouse. Those idiots, and that Prism girl, she's bipolar. Because I remember her going on a bunch of different streams. She's a straight up misandrist.
Okay.
Like Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
And she I don't know why she follows me around. It's like, okay. It was just happenstance that just showed up. I don't know how she found me.
You don't think she got hit by the thunderbolt by your voice, did you?
You
Probably.
know, I'm
Probably.
not gonna say who they were. There's a couple people that were going in on me that got hit by the thunderbolt by my voice, and they told me, okay, that's why they felt some kind of way, and they just go after me all the time. But that's a
Man,
that's
you
a,
shut
that's a
up.
black girl. That's a black girl thing, though.
Let me shut up. No, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Nothing.
So, oh yeah. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you it is an email.
Okay.
What's this Adrian saying? Bumble crashes, Hooter goes bankrupt, BGS, we believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's wintertime, man. Full-fledged wintertime.
It's full winter. Winter is already here, and it's
We
kicking
said
everybody's
this is
ass.
going to happen for a long time.
Yeah.
We knew. We saw what was going on within the MGTOW circles.
Yeah.
We had withdrawn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then women are talking this crap, and we're looking at them like, you understand that most of us have withdrawn. Like we're it's happening more and more. More millennials are withdrawing.
Yeah, I think 60% of the millennials and Zs are MGTOW now. They don't date.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even call it MGTOW, but that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like practical life for them.
Yes. And a lot of them are monks too. You know, at 30, they're monks.
Yeah, I told you about that TikTok I saw the other day. Dude took this chick on a date and wouldn't pay for a meal. Was sitting there eating that steak.
Oh yeah, that's
It
brutal.
was sitting there chilling, eating that steak. And like this, he's like, she's like, you're not gonna pay. She's yelling at him and like, you're not gonna pay for a date. Like, nah, but this steak is good.
You can leave now if you want to.
I was like, damn, that's cold blooded. That's cold blooded.
That's cold blooded. Library card.
Did he
Go
also
ahead,
say
man.
drizzle?
Who? The guy? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he should have.
He said slurp. Library card holder. What's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good.
I was so I was gonna ask you. I don't know if I think I asked you in the chat about getting the Winter Soldier chip.
Okay.
And you was like you would have to leave America. And first you said Japan, and then you said if you can't afford Japan,
Colombia, Philippines. DR is too Americanized. I don't think you can find DR, but I think Colombia is far enough away where you can actually get away from. It was Central America too. Basically, once you get out there for like 90 days, a lot of that stuff will leave you.
So the next part was, what can you do if you can't leave and you're stuck here in America? Is it possible to deprogram the Winter Soldier?
What part of the country are you in?
I'm in DC.
Date a woman if you can. Some woman that wasn't raised in the States. Okay. And date somebody that's not black. Okay. That will deprogram you. Because women are not. Women from different cultures are not the same, right? A white woman is not the same as a black woman. Okay. People try to say they're all the same. They're not. Okay. They're not. They're not.
No, they had definitely
where I struggle at. Where I see I would still struggle is that I would still got to interact with, black women.
If you date a woman that's outside your race, okay, then you will get to understand the differences and kind of pull back and look at the women that you interact with, which are black, and understand, what the differences are. Because if you're inside, you're like a fish in water, right? You don't know that this is water.
Right.
And then slowly but surely, what you can do is start learning, asking her questions about how she was raised, what she thinks, how she's taught to treat men. Okay. And then once you start learning that, say, okay, this is different than how my women were actually taught. And then you start putting those pieces together and say, okay, like what's his name used to say, Thinking Ape used to say, you could either love women or understand them. Okay, you can't do both. And there's a third option, which is have compassion for them. Okay, she can't help the way that she is. Even though I don't have to love her or sleep with her or be with her, I can understand why she is the way she is. She can't help it. She's not doing it to be mean. Because once you understand them, say, oh, these bitches are doing it to be mean. No, they're not. They're trained that way.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm definitely following you on that. Dr. Wells used to talk about that all the time. when you dealing with, she would use the example of like you dealing with somebody at the cashier, at Target or something.
Right.
You know they underpaid. You know they being disrespected.
Yeah.
You gotta, so if they give you a little attitude, you gotta kind of give them a little leeway because you know what they probably dealing with.
Right. Yeah, you can understand them. Yeah.
Right.
A little leeway.
A little leeway. Oh no. Trust me, a little leeway. I had another question, but I don't want to hold the mic.
I got a question for you real quick. So, like you're saying you're in the DC area, you're having a hard time leaving the country. Mm-hmm. What is your real what are your walls? What are your road obstacles?
Oh, why I couldn't leave for like the year that BGS was talking about?
Well, but even now.
Oh, like, even now, what's your roadblocks?
I've been to Colombia many times.
Okay.
But I just don't have the financial capabilities to live
staying there long enough to actually for the chip to actually deprogram. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been there many times.
Japan needs people, so they do have jobs. You can get there and work over there, but they're desperate to get people there. So,
now they are. Yeah, they really are now. Yeah.
What kind of skills? Even nothing tech or just?
Do you have a 4-year degree?
No, I don't know.
Okay, that's gonna be a problem.
Okay.
So yeah, Japan's out. By law, U.S. and English, UK citizens have to have a 4-year degree to get a working visa in Japan.
Oh,
so,
okay.
That makes problems. Oh well. Well, yeah, if you work remotely, then you can go abroad permanently. It's a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had another question, but I don't want to hold the mic.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, good. Yeah, okay. So, because I had asked you earlier, because you're the first person I heard talk about your anima.
Yes.
And I just was kicking it around. I was like, what is BGS talking about? And I had came up with my own theories because I couldn't really get a clear understanding until I asked you today. But then I heard you also talk about, I think this was the one when you did with Pimp God. Mm-hmm. You might have said it there, but nevertheless, you did say at some point about you can get a woman to carry your animal. And I was
most men do. Okay, in other words, most men put the emotional labor into their woman.
Okay.
So she can actually like with friends and family stuff like that. She does all that kind of emotional work for you.
Gotcha.
So she's carrying your anima. Okay.
Dealing with your mom and whatever's going on.
Dealing with your moms, or running your feelings by her, all that shit. That's what she's supposed to do. That's what she used to do. She probably doesn't do it anymore. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Whereas you're supposed to do it on your own.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The two books are actually Von Franz's Anima and Animus. You probably can find it in PDF. And the other one is the Red Book by Jung.
The Red Book.
Yeah, Jung's Red Book, how he actually awakened his anima, and Anima Animus by his student Louis von Franz.
Okay.
Hey, BJ, also, I've been hearing a lot lately, like in mainstream areas, just like in music or just like entertainment spaces, they're talking about the anima and animus a lot more, along with Carl Jung and your shadow work. That's actually reaching a lot of more mainstream. Like I said, I think I told you this before. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, like I said, like I understand people know about it, but speaking it in public spaces and everything.
Once somebody like me is able to speak it to what they call the uninitiated, okay, more other people actually feel more comfortable with bringing it out. So that's what happens. If somebody cracks that veil, cracks that ceiling, somebody else will start picking it up, and then it gets its own momentum.
Yeah, because I agree, because I actually heard of animus and anima when I was a child, but like from like, I guess when you ever see those cartoons or shows like Esoteric, but you don't really realize it as a child, but it sticks with you. Like I would see stuff like that, or like when people say, "Well, everybody got a little bit of woman in them," or everybody got a little bit of man in them. I think, like you said, you kind of broke it down for like the layman's people. Because I think I told you, Kendrick Lamar had a whole song on his album called Gloria.
Okay.
And Gloria is not about a woman; it's about his.
It's about his anima. It's about his anima.
Yeah, well, how he couldn't talk to her, how she wasn't speaking to him. Literally, he talked about his song and how he actually got it back. So I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah. It's I learned that from my spiritual teacher uh, back some 25 years ago. So I've been on this journey about how I developed mine and how I talk to it. And when she started reading, I said, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this. How she speaks to me, this is what she says, how she interprets what women say. Pimps do actually do it naturally because they're turned on already. Because
I would,
pimp,
I will say
go ahead.
my bad.
I would say this. I'll share a personal story with my anima. This is the first time like it was a dream. I don't
Uh
know. I
huh.
didn't know what I did to activate this. I just had a dream. It was like I guess a couple years in the future. I was with a roommate, but this girl came in.
Hmm.
She was just really into me. Great chemistry, talking to
Yeah,
each other
that
and
was your
everything.
anima. That was your anima.
I
Yeah,
just did. Yeah, I don't really have a clear face, but
yeah.
and I remember talking. But I remember we went to
Hmm.
the hospital, and my
Uh huh.
brother was severely sick.
Okay.
Like a couple months later, it turned out my brother got is severely sick. Like
Okay.
literally, I'm like, holy. So I'm like, I remember you said your animal will prepare you or set you get you ready for the future. So that's why I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
keep.
Because she can detect things earlier than you can, so she already knows it's coming. She's trying to tell
Yeah.
you that
So
it's coming.
yeah. So when you said that, I'm like, that's what it was, guy. That's when I
Yeah,
never. That's like one of the dreams I had so vividly because I was like, you talk about your dream girl. That was it, and I didn't know what it was. And
yeah,
somehow, like this is before I started talking to you and know what anima was.
yes,
And like a couple months later, yeah, my brother was really sick, and I
yeah,
actually had to go see him in the hospital and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's your inner voice, really. That's your anima. And the thing is, sometimes it has to scream at you, like if you're in danger, it'll scream at you. That's her screaming to you.
Mm.
That get the fuck out because I'm trying to tell you that you're in danger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like your intuition.
Yeah, yeah, that yes, because your anima is basically based not on your head, but also based in your gut. Okay, that's
Yeah, it's in fact it's
Yeah.
like because like they talk about like the amygdala
mm-hmm,
in your brain.
mm-hmm.
That's where the sensors. Whenever you get that gut feeling, it starts from there. From
Yeah,
what I understand.
yeah,
Also, like BGS when you talk about the animals, like the feminine side of us, that's like in the yin and yang part.
yes,
The yang is us, but that black dot is the feminine side.
yes.
And
That's what they call. If you want to look it up, it's called the inner marriage. They'll actually describe it to
Mm-hmm.
you.
yeah, that's why you have that never ending cycle spiral, the two sides, the yin and yang,
Mm-hmm.
because
And you're supposed to achieve what?
oneness,
Balance, balance.
balance and oneness.
Yes, yeah. That's where the
Yeah.
that's when God will join and come through. That's when your godlike tendencies will come through when it's in balance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you try to achieve. That's the whole thing about your what is it inner marriage, balance out the male and female to get your still point or your center, so that guy
Mhm.
can come through and talk to you.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is like other things, other entities would try to interact with me as well. I mean, there've been
That's
times where
possible. That is possible.
Mhm.
And the more sensitive you are, the more they can talk to you or reach you. But
Mhm.
you know your animal's voice. That's why you need to know her voice.
Yeah,
And
because
sometimes she'll tell you to watch out for entities that are trying to talk to you. Hey,
Yeah.
this thing is no good. Okay.
I
I
mean,
was
I've
going. I
had
was going to say. I
go
was
ahead.
going to ask. So, do you think that men are not really encouraged to tap into that feminine side of them?
100%.
Yeah, because they need you to be a workhorse,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
they need you to be
Mm.
logical. They need you to be stoic. They need you to be immune. So
Right.
that you're not encouraged. And plus uh, you don't want too many men tapping into and becoming powerful.
Exactly. Because I was thinking when I was listening to it earlier before I jumped on, and I was just listening. I was thinking about the whole Steve Harvey when he was telling women to think like a act like a
Act
lady,
like a
think
woman.
like a man.
Yeah, think like a man. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh God.
I thought about that, and I was like, well, men have to, in some ways, we have to kind of tap into our woman, of course, and think like a man at the same time. When I was thinking about the animal.
Yeah, but okay. Steve Harvey was talking about as far as dating. In other
Yeah, I know.
words,
I'm just the
yeah,
concept. I know. I
yeah,
know. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But it's the same concept, basically the
Right,
balance. Yeah.
right, 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 right,
But he's talking flip it instead of embracing your feminine, embrace your masculine side.
right.
Where
One
we're
of
we're, 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 we're tapping into your animal. We don't say embrace your feminine side.
I got you.
You know,
100%.
interact with it, but have her as an ally, not as an archetype. Go ahead.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of Jung's, just like Marie Louis von Franz, one of his disciples, Edward Edinger, he called it developing an ego self-axis, right? And so we can call it the anima. I mean, we don't want to get bogged down in terms, but I think BGS is really hitting it on the head, where essentially you have this entity inside of you that can split up into other entities, right? And it's actually more powerful than your ego consciousness, like your waking ability to discern and use logic.
It's bigger.
That bigger. Thing that's inside of you, that, I mean, it's essentially, you can quote unquote your experience of God, right?
Yes.
And so that your journey in life is to not try to connect to the energy and say you are that energy, because that's how you go crazy. That's how you get people who think that they are God, that they think they aren't constrained by being human. What you want to develop is like what you've been saying, is a relationship with this entity, and it doesn't always have to be feminine, right? And but what the thing is that
I mean, it is feminine. So basically, you can call it what you want, but it is feminine.
There is a feminine aspect called the anima, but the actual larger totality of the thing is actually, it's not. There is no sex to it. It's everything.
Okay. If you go back to Memphite theology, right, the relationship between masculine and feminine, okay, there is a masculine and feminine element to it, and your dark side is feminine, okay. It's feminine.
For sure, and honestly, these are like technicalities. Really, what I'm saying.
Okay, call it what you want, man.
Because I'm coming from a specific technical Jungian philosophy, so not necessarily Memphite. But anyways, what I'm saying is
Jung said the same thing. In fact, I could pull it up. He said it actually operates like a woman inside you. He said that.
The anima, but the anima is actually part of the self. It's a larger theory. Like the self is your experience of God. Part of that is your entire experience of the feminine, right? And it isn't just, it's old women, it's young women, it's women that you are attracted to, it's women you're not attracted to. It's your entire experience of feminine is sort of the anima.
Well, the thing is, how do you describe feminine or feminine side? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that gets tough because there is the shadow, which is sort of your opposite thing. So it's not necessarily your opposite. It's the potential that you leave behind when the sperm
what's the difference between the masculine and feminine in the psyche?
It's the X. It's the chromosome, right? And
no. Logic.
Oh yeah.
Conscious logic
and
is what? Masculine. Okay. Feeling is what? Feminine. Okay. 90% of what you go through is what? Feeling. You have to make sense of it, right? That's how women search to be logical. Otherwise, they're uncontrolled.
No, I agree. What I'm just trying to say is developing that conversation, learning how to have a conversation with it. That is actually all that Jung would teach his students. He wouldn't do talk therapy like Freud. He would tell them, observe your dreams, write it down, have a conversation with these entities, have a sort of conversation with your unconscious. That's how you get to the root of what your issues are, and you solve them. Like, the only person who can solve your issues is you. So that's I really wanted to agree with you.
And you have to connect with all parts of you, and that's what the anima. The anima connects you, and the animus interprets the dreams for you, because the anima can't interpret. Go ahead. Somebody's trying to say something.
No, that was an audio.
That's like a woman come in and dump on you. Okay, if you're married, have a girlfriend, she comes in and dumps on you, her feelings on you. She wants to actually interpret what she's feeling. After you listen to it. That's what it's called, emotional labor, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's over. I know, but at times it can be overwhelming. There's only so much you can handle at one particular time. Sometimes they forget that it is emotional labor. And women have to understand there's such a thing as a workload, and there's only capacity.
And who controls the capacity?
Men.
Men. You have to tell her when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're gonna be like that one meme that Mrs. Z used. You know, the one of the with the African.
Have you
don't have the capacity.
Have you ever seen the guy in the store and his wife is constantly talking? and she
Yeah.
won't shut up. Okay, he hasn't learned how to shut her off.
Yeah.
I've had to like I've had that happen to me a couple of times where I had to tell them stop
Yeah.
because especially because my mental state and everything. I'm like it's too much.
When they get to talking, I let them talk for a little while. I either walk away and say, "Okay, baby, that's enough," and she'll be quiet.
You had mentioned about pimps,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess being able to tap into
They're born with it switched on.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And again, I'm this is all new to me, so I'm just taking my own, like, just trying, because I can't call a BGS on the phone and say, hey, explain that to me again. So I just been kind of grabbing stuff from different things.
Mm-hmm.
So when I look at how pimps talk to women sometimes in a very feminine way,
Yeah.
Like, hey, baby, like, hey, come here,
Yeah.
let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Is that it?
The tone, the
Yeah,
body language, the
right,
words all match up because his animal is telling him how to talk to her, how to approach her.
right.
And when
Because
she, yeah, go ahead.
now I'm gonna say, because when Pimp Guy did the thing about the marriage, he did those reflections in his voice.
Yes.
And I know he wasn't, I know he ain't no, he a man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was like, when the girl tried to play him with the haircut, he was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh really? Okay, baby, I'll be right over. It was like,
Yeah.
I could tell I knew what he was doing. So when I was just trying to connect the dots to, I was like, I think that's what he's talking about, far as like when pimps, kind of talk like that.
Yeah.
And interact with women like that. Even
I
though,
mean, if you really tapped in your anima and you probably and talked to a woman, you can hear her translating to you.
okay,
And because I've actually taken people through it, right? Okay, where they got tapped into the anima and then they start talking to women and said, okay, my anima is telling me that she's full of shit right now. Okay.
Yep.
And when
Okay.
she's lying, she's full of shit, or this is what she's actually really on. Okay, she's up to something. Okay.
okay,
Or she's trying to angle you this way or that way, right? Your animal will actually translate for you
I
in real
agree with
time.
that.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that from
mm,
personal experience.
yeah,
I think the key for most men is consistently doing it, because like I
yes,
said, it will happen to me just by accident, or she'll just switch on and I'm
yeah,
connected to her. And
yeah,
I can just talk to women all of a sudden, no problem, great communication, they'll switch off and I'm lost. I'm like, what the
yeah,
hell was that?
yeah,
So, and I think men don't realize that. Once, like I said, once I started listening to BGS and the points on the stuff,
yeah,
and really knowing the women that you can talk to, now it's honestly any woman,
yeah,
from a hood chick to upper
yeah,
class, to actually have good conversation with,
yeah, yeah.
and
You
just
gotta,
experience. Yeah.
and sometimes they'll come to you because you understand them and you can solve their problems.
Mm-hmm.
And Smitty, one thing too
Mm,
that, or I'll just say this to everyone, one thing that can interfere with actually having that positive conversation with your anima is your shadow, because your anima is actually stronger than your shadow. Your shadow is actually is your masculine. It's basically the parts of you that maybe you hate, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're bad parts of you. They could be the parts of you that are actually good, that you are maybe holding back from everyone else. But it's also the stuff that you might see in other people and you say you hate. It's a good indication of, like, what does that tell you about yourself that you hate in yourself? And that whole shadow work will then make it a lot easier to have this conversation with these higher entities that are telling you, things about
yeah.
that's happening in your unconscious.
Have you ever
Yeah,
seen a Jung's shadow diagram, a psyche diagram with the shadow?
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of study with Robert Moore, who's sort of taken it further. But yeah, it's a four-sided. They call it a pyramid.
What I'm saying is,
You,
if you understand the brain, you understand neuropsychology, right? Your shadow is your unconscious world. That's what it is. Nothing more. That's what it is. What was it like? Maybe at max 10% of your brain is conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your shadow is the world that you can't see, and your anima for a male is your conduit into your shadow.
Yep, I
That's why
agree.
you talk to her.
And really what I'm talking about is just what they, in general, what they call sort of that shadow work, right? It's just sort of,
you're unconscious.
Is having that conversation with having the conversation with them. Honestly, all the work that I've done in psychology and the people that I've conferred, they've been able to simplify it down to everything that you just said. And Smitty, you even said it too, that you have to do it all the time. It's a practice.
Yes.
If you are just very diligent, if you have dreams, because you can't always have dreams, and that's the problem with doing dream work. Not a lot of people dream. And so doing this thing, and this is Jung he called it active imagination, and it's just sitting down and having these conversations in your brain. Doing that all the time is actually the highest form of psychotherapy that you can actually do. Maybe besides doing drugs.
And it's difficult. It's not
and
easy.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I'm a introvert that has great social skills. So I would say I have self conversations all the time. Like when I say like one of my biggest abilities, and somebody told me this is I'm a very likable person, and I didn't know. I thought like cause I used to think people just feel sorry for me, but I like no. People say like no, you're just very likable. You're easy to talk to. People understand you. You have curious mindsets. Because like I would say when I would travel, I will always get help or free stuff from people all the time. Just like, wow, talking to you, you're American, actually know something. Hey, well, here, take this drink. Like I was in Amsterdam in a bar, just talking to this guy. He was actually worked for the Kenyan embassy in Amsterdam. Got 6 beers. Just understanding how to talk and communicate with people, not just with women and everything, and understanding yourself. And like you said, your shadow self. Yeah, because like I would say I had to understand my shadow self because I would definitely agree to some aspects of myself I didn't like that actually are strengths that you gotta really develop as a person. So, yeah.
That's why when I do readings, astrology readings, I focus on what the shadow, which is the part that you can't see. Okay, which is for most people your moon, which is your feeling side or your feminine side. Okay, your consciousness is only like 6%. Okay, and for this to get out to here into the real world, it has to come through here. So there has to be a connection between your consciousness and your shadow. And sometimes for women it's the animus, for men it's the anima. Okay, but this if you go back to neuroscience, right? This is like 90% of your brain. Okay, is this. Is the unconscious, which is your shadow. Your shadow is the biggest part of you, and your persona is the smartest part of you. But then your consciousness is your 6% that actually relates and interprets the real world. Okay, this is your CPU right here. Okay, and this is all the memory and all the other workings of the computer. But this is your thinking mind is your CPU. Your CPU is small. Okay, and then your persona is your output. So,
and another thing too, you mentioned animus, to give everyone a tangible idea, because the animus is the animal for females, right? Females have a shadow masculine.
Yes.
Men have a shadow feminine, right? Because you think about it, when you become when the sperm hits the egg and you become a boy, your potential to become a female doesn't like die; it just becomes shadow. And it's the same thing with women. And then so what ends up happening, the tangible idea is from the beast, from Beauty and the Beast. Beast is Belle's animus. And that is a good general story that you can have about women's conception of men.
And that's why women, some women pick the bad boy to actually reflect their shadow.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. It's because when they're growing up, it's like men are sort of mysterious, and it's just everything about, if you watch that movie or any interpretations of that play, that is their exaggerated idea of men in their unconscious is beast.
And that's where Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde comes through, right? The uncontained shadow side of the anima, this all feeling and wild, okay, and then the constrained Dr. Jekyll, which is the thinking side, that's constrained, okay.
And we bring up stories like this is the last thing I'll land with this. Sorry, I'll pass you off to you, Neymar. Actually, using stories and analyzing history, like that was one of the things that Jung and really good psychologists do. And what they call called amplification, right? And so it's when you so that's why when we're talking about, we use movies and all these allegories when we're talking about real things. It's what it's doing is it's showing you the psychological components in a story that are actually operate in real life, but the story has made it a lot simpler for you to see these components that operate in the real life. So, you know, analyzing fairy tales, analyzing movies, and then looking at it from an unconscious perspective. Like if you're looking at it, like some people say that Shakespeare, all of it is really just the unconscious. It's just like it's perspectives from the unconscious. It's like Romeo and Juliet. They're like, these are the pure representation of love in the brain. I need to do more research if that's really what he was doing. That means he was really ahead of his time. But you can do this with stories. You can do this with the Bible. Is you can analyze things from a psychological standpoint, and then you can get real truths from it to help yourself.
Because human nature doesn't change. Human nature doesn't change.
I was going to ask you too. I heard you mention something. Because I've went way back into a lot of your stuff.
Okay. You're better than me, man, because I can't do it.
Man, listen. It's a brother. I think y'all about that. It's a good brother of mine. He's about in his 60s, man. And I put him on with you, and every day I send him a video, and he'll be like, "All right, that's it. I'm done, man." Like it's so, you know, he'll have this feeling about it. Then I send him another one, and it's like it just take him to another level of understanding of you know, just the things that we were seeing, but you just kind of put the icing on the cake. But I was gonna say it was something that you said about you would make women wait to have sex with them. Yeah, and that's, you know, if you was just hitting them, that's cool. But
pimps will tell you that all the time. It's called
right. That's what I was leading into. Yeah.
What do you? No, you just want sex for her. Then that's different. The thing is, if you actually want her to be your woman, what else does she have besides her body? That's easy. Right. Okay. Yeah. Sex is easy. Okay. What else are you actually gonna do for me?
Right.
Personality, money, work, kids. Right. What are you gonna do for me? Right. So I can get that from anybody.
Right.
I can go pay $10 to get what you get ready to give me. I need something more valuable. So I don't need sex from you.
Now I was also thinking, does that have anything to do with the animal doing the ability to do that, or that's separate?
It can. It's easier if your anima is turned on.
Okay.
It's easier, but the thing is, no. That's just game. Okay.
Okay.
I got that from the players. Okay.
The players, yeah.
Because the players wouldn't sleep with a woman immediately. He actually put her on the farm team.
Exactly.
For like 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to a friend of mine. He was trying to be, you know, a pimp, and he had 2 girls, and he ended up sleeping with them. And he said, man, they got up and looked at me and said, "You ain't no pimp, you ain't nothing but a trick," because he slept with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He got Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, damn. I've been thinking about that lately because he told me that story a while ago.
Because you set up a sexual relationship with her, okay?
Right.
By doing it, by sleeping with her before you set up the other type of relationship.
Yeah.
And once you do that, it's kind of hard to get her out of that mode.
Right.
Because my baby mama had to chase me for about a year before I slept with her.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she had to work. She had to put in work to get me.
Right.
I'm gonna drop down so AL can jump in.
Oh, he's already up here.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay. My bad.
Yep. I got to drop. I got to prepare for class. So.
Oh, how was Friday, man? Were you there Friday? Because my nephew was there Friday. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't in the vetting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they don't want me to be vetting. They say scare the students. So.
Wait.
Hey.
Gary?
No, I want you to put a foot in his ass, man. If I had to pay for him, if I pay for that little motherfucker, put a foot in his ass. I told him. I said, they're going to have a foot in your ass, man. You know that, right? But he was a football player, so he's used to it.
Just ease it in. Just ease it in. Make it
No. Make it hurt. Shit. Fuck that.
No. I usually, so one of the new students just said, what times the classes are going to be. I want to make sure I don't know what time it's going to be. And I said, okay, that's going to be at 2 a.m. Pacific every day.
Oh.
And I'll mess with students all the time over that. Because I'm like, if you think that I have my own professional career, I got all these students, if you're going to think I'm going to put it at a time that's inconvenient for you, I'm just going to take the piss out of you right now. I'm going to go all the way as hard as I can. So, okay, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's do that. And other people are coming back to me and saying, Theo, don't talk to the new students. You'll scare them.
Oh yeah, they'll weed them out really quick if you do that shit, man.
Anyway, yeah, good being on here. I'll come back later. Thanks, BGS.
All right.
It's official. Mookie is a Brit, the way he just said it. Like, he'll say certain things just to take the piss, as they say. Just to take the piss. He's a real pisser, I tell you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's
We're going to go
pisser.
by another 40 minutes, folks, and then we're going to...
Oh, McDrama Bear. First of all, I know you call you McDrama Bear, but then again, truth be told, you're just a cuddly little bear that I just want to hug sometimes. You know, that's what you are. You're a huggable good friend. So, but you know, but then again, you know,
hug bears. They're dangerous.
Yeah,
Stop.
But I was telling people the real quick way to actually activate the animals, do what Young did. Start drawing mandalas. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how he did his. Yeah.
Amanda.
Mandalas. Yeah. In fact, what's his name? Sauchi said he did it. He started having dreams. He told that bitch, "Shut up! I don't want to talk to you no more."
I'm trying to sleep.
No,
Okay.
she showed him something. He said, I said I had to get away from that. No, I'm not ready for this shit. So.
I'm not. I know. Well, thank God I have the self-awareness I have, because I know, like, I got to take extra precaution if I do that, because I might.
Oh yeah. You activate something. Yeah,
Yo, 100%. You know what? Like,
you're vulnerable.
name it, like a lot of the I listen to a lot. I mean, this is what I do. This is not more than a hobby to me. Like, I study this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is not safe to go on the hero's journey. It is not safe just to talk to the unconscious. They make it seem like it's all hunky dory. Like, it is dangerous. So you have to tread lightly. You have to take your time, and you have to make sure. The thing to remember is that we are human, right? We are human, and we are constrained by the physicality of living in a physical universe. The thing inside you doesn't understand that, right? The thing inside you is your experience of God. So it thinks it's way more than human. So you have to really be careful when you're playing with these energies, because they can take. Again, it's when you go to a psych ward, you can look at the mustache man. Anyone who's like high on their stuff and they think they're going to take it to the next level. Elon, that is you drinking that energy. You can't imbibe that energy. It's not for you. You're just supposed to have a relationship with it and understand that, hey, energy, at the end of the day, you're in my body. So let's figure this out. But there's only so much I can do because you're more powerful than me. I mean, at the bare basic of it, that's what we're dealing with. And people don't talk about it that way.
And the thing about that, as McDrama Bear, in my case, is like, because, like, first of all, one, I have a personality disorder. Two, I have a couple of disorders that are comorbid with it. And, you know, and because of that, I am prone to psychosis. But they're like, but the psychosis I experience is like a defense mechanism of sort. Because especially if I get too overwhelmed, I have a psychotic break, or I might disassociate.
You're too vulnerable. Yeah.
I am too vulnerable. I mean, the last time I got overwhelmed, I had those thoughts of self-deletion, and I just ended up sitting in my hallway, just to try calm myself down and try to rock myself to sleep. In fact, I had to sleep in the hallway just to stay away from any windows, because I was having those thoughts in my head, because it felt like I was hearing. I don't know. It just felt like I was like, because like I said, very emotional, very vulnerable, such things. And those ideations is something I battle with on many times. The only thing that keeps me from doing it is, like, you know, either I'm not going to have an anxiety attack and a psychotic break, or my OCD kicks in, where I end up, you know, getting into the repetitive actions and rituals and stuff that that make me end up becoming discouraged to do it. I mean, like, for example, if I wanted to, like, use a rope, I'm going to turn it into a complete science. I'm going to act like an executioner. tie the noose. I mean, like I'd be tying the noose several times, try to work it out. Like
you get lost in it. In other words,
I get lost in it, and that's how I stop.
Yeah, you stop.
Myself.
Yeah.
Nema,
So
do
I
you
have to be careful with that.
So
a lot of people on the spectrum like that do that kind of stuff. My nephew does that.
Was that a drama there?
No, well, first thing, and like everything that you're describing, I mean, you definitely want to make sure you always have someone there helping you, guiding you through this, right? Like,
Yes,
if
true.
if you can, right? Because there is a level where you do need professional because they have the experience. Like a lot of the things that they would help you with. Let me turn this off. It's just going to be because they have the experience to guide you through it. But one thing I would say is going back to getting in the body and you have to have a body practice. So every day you really should be doing breath work, at least 5-10 minutes of really working, learning how to breathe. Doing Vipassana. You really have to work out pretty strenuously 3 times a week. Now you can start, like I need to work on this, but you can start with just 10 minutes a day, and you can break that 10 minutes up into 1-minute intervals throughout the whole day. So you can just do one set of push-ups, wait an hour, do another set of push-ups, do that for a good year until you have that built in, and then start making it a little bit more strenuous. But you have to get into your body because that's the reset. Always getting into your body and becoming a human is how you battle these entities, because these entities are trying to take you through the emotions, through the spirit, through your head, and now all of a sudden your logic's all fucked up, and now they got you in this whole imaginary world where you got to bring it back to your body, make your body feel good, breathe, and that, because that's all, you know, when you can center in your body, that's going to anchor you like a tree.
It grounds you, back into the real world.
Yeah, to McDrama Bear's point, oftentimes when I'm on the stream here, I had a dude tell me one day, you know, you need to touch grass, go outside. I'm like, man, I do that all the time just to relieve the stress and listen to you knucklehead. I have to go outside and walk for at least 10 minutes or if not more.
Sometimes they forget that they're talking to older men. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's something you would say to a younger man that stay inside all day and play video games. Go ahead, Nema.
Could you bring up Diaspora L's question up again? Because he was asking it to me, directing that to me. Diaspora, it's me, Dick Diddy. I've been in Norway for about 15, going on 16 years now. And as far as my condition goes, this is something I've had since I was a small child.
You're born with it, yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty much born with it. You know, like BGS, you see my chart and you see exactly what the hell is wrong.
Yeah.
And to McDrama Bear's point, you know, I deal with it a different way. I mean, because I just lose myself like in music. And sometimes and because I'm very adaptable to certain things, like I try there's certain types of music I listen to, like Mongolian throat singing or just metal or something like that. Anything that'll just get that rage out, because I don't want that rage sometimes. Sometimes I get self-destructive or something like that. Scares the hell out of me.
Nema, let me push you a little further. Do you play any instruments?
I used to play certain type of instruments, and that had to go with the Brazilian martial art, capoeira. But you know, you give me a drum or I just love banging out percussion. You know,
I would suggest, because I love production,
and we got a couple more people here, so let's kind of
I want this down.
Plant it.
Get FL Studio, get a MIDI trigger, get a drum pad, get into music production, like just like BGS was saying, drawing mandalas. Getting into some type of creative avenue just for being creative, just for letting out your inner life. And it doesn't have to be good. Just do it because you want to do it. That is, again, art therapy is a huge thing that Young would advocate. So I would say get FL Studio, get a drum pad, get a MIDI drum pad, start making beats, dude.
Well, I've always wanted to pick up a bass. And I've always wanted to learn to play a guitar. The only thing is, it's like I gotta go Jimi Hendrix route, you know, lefty.
You got it.
But anyway, I'm cross dominant. But anyway, AB.
International J or AL.
Okay.
Jesse.
Jesse, welcome home, Jesse.
Hey. I'm gonna tell you niggas right now.
from this day forward, only BGS can say my name like that. Y'all niggas getting out of hand with this shit.
No, Jesse, I'm from Texas, so I'm gonna call you Jesse.
There's a way that Louisiana people call Jesse, and
Well,
so
it could have been Jesse. It could have been worse. Imagine if we were all Ethiopians, we'd be calling you Issei instead.
And there's a lot of guys in Louisiana named Jesse too. Whatever
is that
lots
true?
of yeah. I got several cousins named Jesse. Okay.
FYI, Jesse. FYI, Jesse. That's my CD name.
And I'm acting nicer right now.
Jesse, my CD handle is Jesse James, world famous. So you're not the only Jesse in here. Don't feel bad.
No, I don't feel bad about my name.
It's not the name, it's the way I pronounce it.
BGS know.
Yeah, to pronounce it, the pronunciation. I just do that to tease him sometimes.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but when the whole crew started doing that shit,
wait a minute.
Hey, that means we officially have adopted you and you love me, brother. You love me.
Hey, BGS, I ignored this shit for a month.
Huh? The what?
I said I ignored the shit for a month.
I remember that. I remember. I know you just. I'm just gonna bypass it like I didn't hear it. I know.
Yeah, but Negroes are persistent.
They are like cockroaches. They never go away. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Jesse.
So yeah, I came in on a kind of somewhat dark topic, but Naima, do you do any grounding exercises?
Yeah, I think John Bear was just saying that about grounding exercises.
Not really grounding, because usually I'm just like either I'm just trying to do something like chores and listening to music, and sometimes I'm just moving around, just dancing to it or something like that. They get expressive.
Yeah, I recommend that.
Other times I'm doing air
once
guitar.
A week. Like grounding exercises, particularly. Let's say, do you have a house or an apartment?
I live in an apartment.
Okay, do you have like grass near?
Yeah, but my OCD being what it is.
So does grass bother you or dirt?
Yeah,
OCD, dirt. Yeah.
I'm a germaphobe a bit.
Okay. So never mind.
I gotta be in my apartment. I just usually, if I'm gonna be working out, I gotta sleep on my apartment.
In other words, the negative energy gets just like a grounding thing. So that's what he's trying to say that about being grounded and get into contact with the earth, so that all the negative electricity will actually flow out. That's what he's trying to say.
Exactly. Like so if you wasn't a germaphobe, I recommend to like just stand in some dirt or some sand or some grass,
or walk barefoot on some grass or dirt.
Gotta be barefoot. Gotta be barefoot because it, like BGS says, it removes that negative energy from the body and stuff like that.
I mean,
I'll do you one better, Naima. I'll do you one better. You love comedy. So with that being said, when you find yourself going to dark places, go put you on some comedy. Oh boy, who you love to listen to, that big heavy. Listen to him. Listen to some comedy. That will distract your brain real quick. Trust me.
Yeah.
The funny thing is,
that's good advice.
The funny thing is, AL. I start thinking, I like to write I think of creative jokes and whatnot. It's sometimes in those places where because like those who are best in the military, we develop a dark humor. Sometimes some of my best profound thoughts come from those dark places, especially when I'm really stressed out, or because it's like because I have experience like an outer body experience sometimes with the shit, especially when I get anxiety, anxious.
You find yourself more than likely finding yourself away from any negative thoughts that you're doing. Because if you find something else to occupy your mind while you're going through it, you'll have less problems. So try that trick. Next time you start seeing yourself going down some deep dark path, look, go immerse yourself in the things that you love the most, things that entertain you the most. Drown yourself in there, and before you know it, you won't be thinking about those negative thoughts.
Just a thought. Just a thought. You don't have to practice it, but give it a chance.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, my sleep patterns also
If
messed up
it
by it
wasn't
because I can tell.
if it wasn't organic, it would be easier. But seeing it's organic to him, that's the way his brain is actually built.
Yeah.
So it's kind
So
of harder for him.
Yeah.
if your
Also,
sleep pattern is messed
no.
up, that can contribute to that. You know.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
sleep pattern's been like out. I mean, my sleep pattern has been like out of whack for for certain times. Like for the most part, I'm a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how bad it is.
and plus it's winter time. You don't get enough daylight, probably.
I don't
Yeah,
get
so
enough daylight. The
vitamin D
weird thing for me
deficiency,
is,
and you
the
live in
weird thing.
Norway, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
do you
Here's the
take?
weird thing about that. Here's the
Uh-huh.
weird thing about that.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, if I open the window and it's raining or if it's snowing,
Mm-hmm.
I immediately it just like kind of lifts my spirit in a weird way.
Yeah, because what's happening is basically the ions, the outside is cleansing the inside of negative ions. So that's what happens.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
do you take vitamin D supplements?
No, I don't think so.
You probably
Not sure.
should.
You probably
I mean,
should
I
too.
do
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe that. I don't know. Let me check because there's like because I'm lactose intolerant first of all, and I do think like the not soy milk. I got almond milk. I think that has like vitamin D in it.
Well, basically for Europeans, especially where you are, that's why you
Hmm.
put vitamin D in milk because people won't take the vitamin D. So you
Also,
don't.
people consume cod liver as well
Yes.
for that.
Yeah.
Up here, especially in the winter, they take cod liver. It
Cod
helps
liver.
with
Yeah.
your
Yeah. For the vitamin D, fish oil,
especially in
vitamin
extreme
E
north.
and vitamin D, fish oil. So
Hmm.
so you probably need E and D.
Get yourself a good multivitamin. One thing I need to start drinking it again. I've been stopped the last couple months. Is one of those super green drinks,
Yes.
and essentially it has like all the vegetables in it, and you just take one tablespoon, put it in water, 8 ounces of water,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you got all your stuff for the day. Like get one of those is easier because it's literally impossible, even if you're trying to eat healthy, to get all of your nutrients from the food unless you're yeah.
Gary No actually pioneered that shit back 30 some odd years ago about grinding up the juicing the green stuff and then dehydrating it. Okay,
Hmm.
that's where it came from. So basically, basically what it is green juice being dehydrated, and so it takes all the fiber out and shit like that. So you're getting all the green juice
Oh,
without
really?
digesting it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you gotta get your vitamin D, man. I know you said
Yeah, that's probably so. You probably right about that because he's in Norway.
Mm-hmm.
He's an African in Norway too. On top of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you probably get a vitamin D supplement or something like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a biohacker, so I get all my
Oh,
tests and stuff
damn.
to make sure
Okay.
my levels are on point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you
So like,
you really old school pro black.
Dude.
what you thought this was a game?
Soon as you said this, oh yeah, oh nigga, you serious about this shit? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I like when we talked yesterday on Art's channel.
Mhm.
If you notice, everybody I told you I like is the old people.
Oh, old
Like
school, yeah.
everybody I mentioned that I really came up with is probably dead right now.
Yeah,
You know.
because I had to do that for my daughter a couple of years ago. She had to go get tested for her levels and shit like that. So,
I remember getting
but
tested a few years ago
I'm
for my
surrounded by
level.
people like that in L.A. So,
And then
Jesse?
your boy from from South Central is one of my mentors, Dehudi. So
oh, Tahuti,
yeah,
Tahuti with his crazy ass, yeah.
yeah. Even though I think he told me he moved to Arizona a couple years ago, but you know,
Yeah, they stole his company. He's never gotten it back. So that's probably why he moved. Yeah.
are you talking about the first company or the second company?
The first company.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He's a strange guy, man. Really strange guy. Well, nice guy, but very strange. Very, very eccentric guy. Yeah.
That
Tahuti.
he is.
And and he's actually an acolyte of Dr. Goss, Paul Goss.
Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah.
So yeah. What you was about to say, Naima?
A few years ago, I did take some blood work,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is, like in my case, like first of all, I had to change my diet a lot
Mm-hmm.
due to I do have certain restrictions,
And they also noticed that like they did some blood work on me, and they realized first of all everything was looking, especially because I had like a bit of a scare because I thought I was developing diabetes or something like that. They said no, your blood work's good. Only thing you have is like low iron, so you might want to start eating meat and whatnot. Because I don't eat meat. I went pescatarian, polypescatarian. Because
Fish.
yeah, fish, chicken, turkey, I can eat that.
Okay. Cool.
Plus, can't have gluten, can't deal with any dairy.
Oh, really? East
Really?
Africa can't take dairy? That's rare.
It's rare. I inherited that gene from my dad's side of the family, apparently.
Okay.
I love you, Nana, but you'll never be invited to my
no,
house.
no, West African lactose intolerant, but East Africans normally grow up with milk. So
Yeah, they do a lot of milk out there. Cow milk, goat
my
milk.
people, a lot of butter, of butter and grease.
Yeah. Whereas
And
West
I had to
Africans
give
are
up a
lactose
lot of
intolerant.
stuff because of it. But hey, it helped me because, like it said, like because those with celiac are at a higher rate of developing like diabetes, and whatnot. Easy way to give up all the cookies and all the baked goods because everything's like it has to be gluten free, dairy free for me. I don't fuck with that soy though. That shit messed me up. That fucked up with my my metabolism and my my headspace. So I was like, oh, get that out of my system.
You should try creatine.
Yeah.
Creatine is one of. I mean, it works, and especially because you don't eat meat, you're missing out on a lot of the.
Does it have gluten in it?
No.
It depends on what it comes from, but I don't think so.
Okay.
But it will help you build muscle mass. I mean, scientifically, it's proven. It's pretty. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, you want to start slow, but yes, I would say start a very basic workout regimen. It could just be calisthenics, and supplement with creatine 5 grams a day.
Yeah,
dude, like because for men have to have muscle to be healthy. The less muscle you have, you're not gonna live as long. Like you don't want to have 500 pounds of muscle or whatever. You don't have to be crazy big, but you do need to have a good amount of lean muscle. As you get older, it's going to be harder to grow, and it's going to keep you healthier. So I would say look into creatine.
Yeah,
look into that. Yeah.
And make sure if you're going to take creatine, make sure your zinc levels are up too.
Oh yeah. Thank God for the sand.
Don't want to do it without zinc.
Oh, you need
that's the main.
Zinc.
That's the main 3 supplements I take. So I do the men's multivitamin, zinc, creatine, vitamin D.
Yep, that'll work.
And make sure you get enough protein. Like
I hate water too.
Yeah, water. And get 2. If you get 2 protein shakes in a day, and then you get 2 meals in a day, you'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure your protein is at a minimum half a gram per pound for men. The older you get, it actually needs to be like way more. So, like a lot of times they'll tell you need a gram, but as you get older, you can actually do 2 to 3 grams. You can do like absurd amount of protein because your body just doesn't synthesize it as well as you get older.
Yeah, it's looking it up. It says here creatine is gluten free, so yeah, I can check that out.
It's actually a mineral. Creatine.
But don't forget the zinc, like he said, like BGS said, you have to include the zinc in there.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck yourself up, if you don't put the zinc in there.
So pay attention, please.
Bad?
Yes,
that bad.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Zinc is probably essential for this kind of stuff.
Zinc, creatine, iron.
I have a question. I'm about to be turning 30 in basically next month. I would say
congratulations.
Thank you.
Baby.
Yeah.
Oh, get the baby.
He's 10 years from being an old nigga.
Yes.
But I want to ask, like, when y'all was getting like in your late 20s, early 30s, have y'all eating patterns like slowed down? I know I used to play football, so I would eat like 5 times a day and everything because I would burn the calories. So I would still keep that up. But now, like, my appetite's like not really.
It depends on the day.
It depends on your body. But the thing is, you're finished growing. Okay, at 30. Okay. In other words, you don't finish growing until you're 30. So what's happening is that you're probably finished growing.
And it's good that you're slowing down on the consumption of your intake for the simple fact you're not playing ball like that anymore. You're not working out like that anymore. I've literally seen a total physical metamorphosis of my body since I totally quit lifting weights. I totally quit working out, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I'm a shell of myself. So I need to get back to working out. I understand where you're coming
I can
from.
relate to that.
My job is physical labor, so like I basically lift heavy stuff and on my feet all night. So like from the last couple of months, I just been like shedding weight. I went to the doctor. The doctor said you're healthy, but I was just concerned because I went from like I'll say like 230 from 1 month down to like I'm 213. Like this is like I would say I haven't weighed this much since I graduated because I stayed like in the 230s before I got up to 260 before. But the thing about my body, I can lose weight easily, and but my body also holds weight, so I always look the same. So a lot of people never knew I would be like 260 or anything. So I just noticed that like I'm not tired or anything. Just like I
How
don't
tall are
have
you,
the same
Smitty?
appetite. 6'1.5".
Okay, 6 foot. Okay, it's because the height. Because you have to send and your height
Tall nigga.
are no, your height and your weight are two things. Also, you got to also know your body type. Are you endomorphic, ectomorphic, or mesomorphic?
Ooh,
He sounds meso or endo to tell you the truth. He sounds more.
Yeah, because you need to know. There's got to be like a regiment that's tailor made specific to you.
Yeah,
And
so
you got to
like
know what. So you have to know how to hack that, and also check your
yeah,
blood work, genetics, and stuff.
I would say I'm a husky nigga. Like I'm people in my family like we can lose weight, but we're still gonna be kind of thicker built people. That's just how we're gonna be. And I'm
Okay,
a
you
little bit
guys more
taller.
compact, right?
Yeah, we're compact. Like I we have short torsos, long limbs, basically. That average West African build, basically. So
Okay,
we're
kind
like
of stocky.
I'm a little bit taller. Yeah, I'm a little bit taller than them than most of my family. Because most of my family's only like they get up to like 5'10" at max, 5'9", but they wide shoulder people. Like so, I got a little bit best of both worlds. So it like I said, I always kind of looked the same no matter how I was built. I was always like a bigger nigga, big kind of guy. I can tell my face I'm slimming down, but I still gonna be like a very big because I always had athletic built to me because I always stayed active in sports. I was just concerned because like I just wasn't eating like all the stuff I used to. I'm like, and even when because I was so down, but it was like my portions I would cut those down. But even then, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I ate like I've been eating the tuna, chicken salad, and stuff like that. But even sometimes I'll just be fruit, juicing it a lot too. So
You
maybe that's another
niggas
reason
in
for
that
my.
damn chicken.
You and your chicken hating, man.
I
You and your
swear to
chick,
God,
you and your chicken hating, man.
you niggas in that goddamn death
Oh
bird,
yeah,
boy. I swear to
oh
God.
yeah. We have a love affair, man. And the
Yeah,
hog,
y'all,
and the
y'all,
hog.
y'all, y'all are sickly in love
Yeah,
with. No, I love
oh
my
yeah,
hog and I love my cow, but no, that goddamn pheasant, y'all can
yeah.
have it.
Oh yeah, we love him, man. Love
You
him.
can keep the hog, man. I ain't messing with that.
Oh, he's African, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I
That's
love
why I
my.
told you earlier, name. I love you to death, but I never invite you over for a
No,
meal. I
hey,
can't
I
do it.
appreciate
I'm
that. I
sorry.
appreciate that.
I'm
I
sorry. I
understand.
love you to death, bro. I do, but you'll never be invited. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So,
We got about
Hey,
by the way,
we got
hey,
about 15 more minutes, guys. So whatever you want
yeah.
to get in, get in.
By the way,
Hey,
BTS
yeah.
to
AL.
clarify.
I know you go
Yeah,
crazy if
Go
I
ahead.
told you I eat chicken gizzard.
Yeah,
man. Look at
no, he
here.
wouldn't.
Yeah, the hog is 10 times worse than the flying rat, right?
You can tell me anything you want to negative about that hog, but I'm gonna turn my nose up at you and I'm gonna keep eating my swine because, like Fred Sepper said, son, it's divine.
You might as well eat chicken because
No,
hogs eat
never, ever,
chickens. So
never, ever.
it's kind of like eating chicken. As much
Nope,
as hogs eat, you don't know
nope.
hogs eat chicken.
Keep your Louisiana lies to yourself, sir. Keep them to yourself.
Mm.
Mm,
Oh,
mm.
BGS to clarify what AL said about me
Uh-huh.
regarding the pork. Some reason I don't know. I have this weird reaction when I eat pork. Also, secondly, for religious reasons, I'm prohibited from eating it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Halal.
or trained Orthodox because of our Semitic pagan as well as our Jewish ancestry. It's a big no-no.
Yeah,
and I can respect that.
I was
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay, because I was gonna kind of switch it a little bit.
Say, yeah, I'm a beef man myself.
Well,
I mean,
you and me, hey, you and me got something in common, and you can be invited to the table. It's all those that want to eat that damn foul pheasant.
Guess what?
You're not invited.
I don't discriminate, but I'm a beef man. That's my number one go-to right there.
Now,
Shout out to y'all Texas boys because y'all know what y'all doing on those grills now. I'm gonna give y'all that.
Yeah, I've literally told you.
Look, yeah. Y'all don't know how to make no barbecue sauce for shit, but y'all know how to cook barbecue.
Oh
now.
no!
Barbecue sauce is for people who don't know how to smoke their meat. Let me just let you know. And I've told BGS this on a numerous of times. I do miss the crust of the skin of the chicken. I miss the smell of the chicken. It's things I miss. But guess what? You should have never turned me on to PBS. You shouldn't have never did. You turned me on to PBS.
Somebody else wants to get in, so they want to change direction a little bit.
Yeah. And also, I was going. I know you said you was wrapping up. Yeah. I was just going to touch on. Like I said, I've been going back to some of your old stuff.
Okay.
And it was two things that I listened to. It was and Kendra used to always say, I used to cuss back in there. You go back to my old videos, and I I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Yeah. I was listening to some of the stuff you used to post, BG.
Yeah.
She used to get it in.
Oh yeah, we used to call it DJ Fish Grease for a reason.
Man, she used to get it in. But it was one of the videos that I watched, and she talked about, and you said you even had to sit down and cut the lights off. I mean, you didn't say that, but I'm just kind of adding a little extra to it.
Hold on, what y'all talking about?
I'm leading to what I'm about to say to him. And when she had mentioned why black women not going to change, because you got the Kim Kardashians of the world still scoring these guys that that have money. So why would I change for you? So I watched that one, which was a good one, and I watched the one where Sister George had broke down why black women are not investing into the black community.
Yeah,
why they never will. So those two, especially that one with Sister George, that really hit home for me. So I just want to say that I don't know how many brothers really go back into the archives with this stuff, because I mean personally, I know you kind of downplay the rants and the rants and the what's the other, the rambles.
Rambles, yeah.
I like them.
People do like them, yeah.
I just like the flow. It's a flow to it, you just be spitting basically. So
you channeling, man.
Yeah.
DJ, hit that ether beat.
He get in the zone when you could tell when you kind of like hitting that zone.
So that don't be BGS for real. That be Amin Ra speaking through BGS.
Nah, for real.
No, that's the evil twin coming out. He's just trying to control you.
The rant, yes. And the rant, the evil twin does come out.
Yeah. So
like that crazy won't join about Geminis.
Yeah, I even now at this point, I got a little section. You know how YouTube you can make folders.
Yeah.
I just got a BGS folder. So I got about 77 joints in there right now. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's getting serious.
I mean, people find like the thing about Kevin and me and sign language. Somebody found that for me because I had forgotten about it. I said, "Oh shit, I forgot that was actually up there." I knew it was there, but I didn't know where.
Yeah, absolutely. And I heard until just a quick thing with the Manosphere thing. I'm like, I heard about you through Kevin Samuels. Yeah, I heard about Obsidian through Kevin. So I heard a lot about So that whole thing that Kevin wasn't looking out for Kevin, that's not true. He was. A lot of dudes' names out there. Rom, he put a lot of dudes. I mean, I've been knowing Rom. I've been knowing him before anybody. But, he was putting a lot of cats' names out there and quoting a lot of dudes. He wasn't just making it seem like he came up with all these concepts himself.
A lot of reactors got their bag by reacting to Kevin's stuff. Okay,
Absolutely.
I was trying to get my folks inside. See, he's your boy. React to his stuff, make the bag instead of somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, man. You know he's thieving. He should put us on and blah. If you want to make the money, make the money. Okay.
If you react to it, he'd be
And guess
putting you
what?
on indirectly.
He's setting the table. Somebody else is coming and eating your lunch. Okay.
Yeah.
He set the table for you.
Kevin Samuels did a
problem-
whole show
Mm-hmm.
saying that where he got a lot of his stuff from.
Yeah.
I mean, the first I remember this show like it was yesterday. The first statement of the show, y'all think that the men are getting this shit from me? No, I'm getting this from the men.
Yes.
Yep.
Y'all remember that show?
I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I played I actually found it and replayed the point where Kevin actually went completely red pill during Thanksgiving. And actually addressed his women. Yeah.
Yeah. When his mom and them,
Yeah, mom and aunts. Yeah.
I remember I watched that show when he talked about it actually. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it came from. Because Thanksgiving, right? I had just put up the James Earl Jones video.
Yeah.
And he ran and showed it to his mother and showed it to his aunts. Okay.
And this happened. So for me, it's kind of like, I guess I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it's like in reverse. Like he got to see that in real time with his mom and people.
Yes. Yeah.
Me listening to a lot of your stuff lately, it's like I grew up in that. You know, as a child. So I'm like, damn, that's what was going on.
Yeah. You're in it, but you don't understand it. Okay?
I didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah.
And even to the point where, you know, when you do which is my favorite one, when you talk about how women keep secrets but want you to give them
yeah. I mean, that's why. In fact, Shay Sharday did a video about your emotional walls. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's on a whole nother level. I mean, I don't know if cats. I might listen to that. Like, I get up in the morning. Let me listen. Let me just remind myself, type of thing. But
but certain things are for academics. Like that one's for academics. Okay.
Okay.
For the regular person, they may or may not get it, but that's actually for academics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just gonna say this. When I looked at it like, you know how your mother, your grandmother might be like, don't be in there telling that boy that stuff.
Yeah,
BGS,
exactly.
Don't be in there.
Exactly.
But check it out, BGS. But then she'd be like in the kitchen. But look, y'all. But she be in the kitchen though, telling the women
the real deal. Yeah.
But she don't want BGS in there. Don't be in there telling them boys that stuff.
There's stuff that about my mother growing up that I don't know, but my daughter does.
Absolutely. And
a lot of stuff my daughter knows about my mother that I don't.
Exactly. And like you said, because this happened to my sister when my great aunt was dying. She got the spilling the beans.
Yes. Yeah.
She got and you said that in one of the, I think you said it in that one, but she was literally on her deathbed and she got the spilling the beans about my mama, about a lot of things that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there's they spill it to each other like that a lot of times. Yeah. To a younger family member. They actually carry the secrets and pass them down. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hold my water, please. Hold my water. I was a simple young heifer growing up.
I appreciate you to know. Yes. And if I hit the lottery, you're gonna be the first one.
I appreciate you. Tunnel Runner. Yeah, I don't think you spoke yet. Have you spoke yet? Or you want to? It's up to you.
Who you talking? Me, Tunnel Runner?
Yeah. Because you're getting ready in like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was just trying to was talking about how these some of these women now they're taking their bad situations, trying to put it out there, living out in their cars with children.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a horrible situation. I mean, women shouldn't be by themselves anyway, but they're out there in their cars living and trying to make it look like it's something cool.
Because they're trying to gather support and money with that. They're trying to gather sympathy.
I mean, it's like you said, the queen of the ashes. I mean, you are living horrible, and you trying to make it look like you're a queen or something. You controlling something. You're definitely.
She's trying to get donations and views so she can actually make money. So
what you call it, BGS? Just another failed
Yeah.
white woman. That's all they are. Just another failed white woman.
They don't. They hate that one. Okay, they hate about that.
And BGS, my wife is from Colombia. I went down to Colombia
Uh
because my first wife was a black sister from New
Okay.
York.
I feel
You
for
know,
you.
and my second wife, I mean, and she is on point. She's doing everything I said. She ain't changed up. We here in
Yeah.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
and she's
Okay.
handling business.
Yeah. She's trained differently. Yeah.
What part of
Yeah, yeah.
Colombia is
Her
she from?
father had a strong hand with her. You
Her
know.
mother, the mothers teach them to serve. Right? Like a lot of Latinas complain about them having to serve their brothers and their fathers and stuff like that. And how come they can't do it? Because you're a woman. You got to do this, right? So she's trained differently. Whereas black women are taught that men have to serve women. The opposite.
Yeah,
See,
sometimes I think her mother loves me more than her.
Yeah, yeah, because you're a
Mhm.
good man. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
And
and she
so
probably she probably stays in your wife's ass too. You
she
gotta
probably
treat her right.
Listen
does.
to your
Yeah,
husband. Listen to
yeah.
your husband.
Take care. Yeah,
She an
listen.
Afro
Oh
Latina?
yeah, yeah. Basically, Africans say the
No,
same thing.
and
Listen to your husband.
she's a blonde.
Oh, she's
Okay.
oh really? Okay.
She's
What
Yeah,
Laura.
kind
I'm gonna have to check her.
In Atlanta. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I live in one of the blackest neighborhoods.
Oh my God. Oh, all right. Okay.
those
Good
are
thing
the
she
ones that
speaks
really like
Spanish.
black Americans?
Good thing she
Yeah,
speaks
yeah, yeah.
Spanish.
That saves
Yeah.
me a lot because
Yeah.
I got some brothers be trying to head on her, but she have to say, "No habla inglés." No habla.
He's a master
Hey,
teacher.
Columbia one of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Here's the
Yeah,
irony I
but
want to
Go
I
ahead,
was
Tony
just
Run.
saying.
Finish up.
finish up. Turn
Okay,
around.
yeah, I was
Finish
just
up.
saying. Yeah, I tried to send one of my friends. He went to Brazil, and I was
Mm-hmm.
telling him a year ago, learn Portuguese,
Yes.
try
Yep.
to study. He
Yeah.
waited to the last minute, but he had a good
Yeah.
time. But I told him you would have so much better time if you would try to learn a little bit. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, brothers try to say game is universal, but if you can't speak the language, how are you gonna run game?
Yeah.
It's not.
Hello.
exactly,
Say it
that's what I was
again,
trying to
black
tell him.
man.
And
You know.
if you're a black man running game and know how to speak the language, that's actually a superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
exactly,
Half the
exactly. Because
battle
I
is
started
won.
studying my Spanish 20-something years ago. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
when I
when
was
you
able to
get
go
down
into the
and
game,
and put your black spin on Spanish, it said, "Oh, Poppy."
Yeah.
exactly.
Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
honestly,
But
being
Poppy.
a black
All right,
man
I'll
in
land right
America.
there.
And they start blushing because
Yeah.
we know how to make them feel good.
Smitty, you sound kind of muffled.
Oh, can y'all hear me? Am I
Yeah.
coming through?
Got you.
Kind of muffled.
All right. Sorry. I guess I need to get some new headphones. But
You're
Yeah.
you're
all I
late.
want
You're late, Julesy. But go ahead.
Hi, Josie.
all I want to say is like game as a black American man down in South America
Mm-hmm.
is barely even needed. Like to do your authentic self, be your authentic black self. They already like you because they already know about your culture more than you even think about.
Yeah.
And they'll come to you and ask you. They almost put themselves on the platter because I remember I was in Colombia during Carnival. These Russian, tall, white ass Russian guys were dancing with these girls. They literally left them and came over to us and
Yeah.
asked what we do and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
I
it's
mean,
out there.
if they want Russian men, they can just go home. They didn't come this far away to get Russian men.
I don't think you need game in any other culture. I think our culture is the culture where you absolutely need game if you're going
I agree
to
with that.
be able to get a woman.
That's how come game is so practiced by black men because you actually need it, which
Yeah.
is emotional labor. But it's actually a superpower if you don't actually speak the language. Okay, it's a superpower. That's why I said superpower.
By the way, first of all, BGS,
Yes, sir.
I cannot let you get away with the thumbnail you used for this video. First of all,
Okay.
considering that's the wrong South Park character right there. If you're gonna have somebody looking like Black Jesus, it should be Kenny, since Kenny's the one who usually gets killed. Okay.
You know what? The thing is, that's what the algorithm spit out. So
Yeah.
that's what I use.
Blame it on the algorithm. But oh, by the way, the Tunnel Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good
Go ahead.
news. Props on La Rubia. That's Rubia is blonde in Spanish. But
Sí, señor, absolutamente.
yeah.
Oh, he got him more bonita, man. He got him more bonita.
Yeah. Bonita.
He got him more bonita. You call them bonita, they
Bonita
melt.
Rubia.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
remember
goal.
I met I bumped I bumped into like this Colombian woman. She was with her mother and her toddler daughter, and I had to use Google Translate to explain. I thought your daughter was beautiful. She started to blush immediately. But when we're talking about like everything, how everything's interconnected, and with the Spanish with the mejora la raza or mejorar hojas, they say in Portuguese. I brought up this very important aspect. The name Bianca.
You got about 5 more minutes. Yeah.
The name Bianca is white, means white in Italian. Or like how Latinas say Branca, no, say Blanca, or Portuguese Branca.
Blanca.
Yeah.
Blanca or
Blanca
Blanco,
if you're in Spanish, but Branca if you're in Brazil. Or Clara in certain cases for certain people. But you never hear anybody name their daughters Nera, which is black in Italian, Negra, or Preta. Only one time I've ever had somebody name their daughter Preta, which is black in Portuguese, and that was Gilberto Gil. And he had to argue with the register, with the person at the register desk, just to get Preta on his daughter's birth certificate until they
shorten it up.
Until they compromise with the name Preta Maria, and Preta Maria Gil is a very well-known Brazilian artist, just like her father. But that name, the irony of it, think about that.
Okay. Library Ricardo says, how is it that a woman can be a daddy's girl, but a man can't be a mama's boy? A man can't have mommy issues, how a girl can't have daddy issues. A woman's supposed to actually depend on a man. Okay. She's always going to look for a daddy or replacement. A man cannot look for a mommy. Okay, mommy's is dependent on him. So even when he gets older, son has to be kind of cut ties from his mother a little bit.
Yep.
He's supposed to look after her. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta tell my mother to shut up and listen to me.
Yeah. You gotta sit down. Yeah.
Well, you're getting old, you're getting frail. You need somebody.
I did that to my mother at 21. She was fussing. I picked her out of bed and set her on the floor. Okay.
Exactly.
I ain't that guy no more. All right.
Yep. I'm your son, but I'm not your little boy.
I'm not your little boy. Yeah, I'm a man. Yeah.
And I always like bringing in the psychological aspect. Like escaping from the mother is like one of the. It's actually kind of the hero's journey. It's like one of the most important things for a man.
Separation.
And and in fact, like when you look at stories like, for instance, The Hobbit, Smaug, the great dragon, is actually a representation of the great mother. And what does that mean psychologically? If you hang around your mom too long and she's trying to hold you close, it actually turns into a very evil situation, right? Because the mother's supposed to let you go.
But the thing is, it's called a rite of passage, right? Okay.
Yep.
From a little boy to a man, you can't be a man and be tied to your mother. Not the same for a woman. That's why. A woman has to be, by nature, has to be connected to a man. A man is independent of anybody, really. He's his own center of gravity. That's why.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
How profound.
Met your nephew.
Go ahead, Jules.
Yeah, met your nephew. We'll see how it goes with the software installs. I think that'll be a good indicator.
Okay.
But if he's ready to learn, he'll get it. This is the good cloud. It's the one that's more people friendly. If he gets the concepts, he's able to build some projects.
Okay.
And he moves to the more popular, meaning like there's more jobs cloud. And I mean, we'll see what he does. 6 months to a year.
Okay.
One of the guys we're coming in class 6.5. One of the guys from class 5.5 started with this same cloud, the Google Cloud, and he got the highest interview ranking. So, if you're willing to do it and learn it, you can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a foot in his ass. He's gonna do it.
He said that. He said you used to make him write book reports. So,
yeah.
So if he can do that, that's part of the job.
Yeah. Yep. I used to. I did the same thing with my grandson. Did the same thing with his son too. So.
Yep. Communicate. Write your ideas down. If you can do that, man, and you can explain to some C-suite guy who went to Harvard who doesn't know shit about shit, why this works and how it works, and how it's going to save you money, make you money, save you time. Boom, that's job security.
They used to have to write book reports every week on what he read. So, if you want to play football.
Oh, that was the incentive. All right. It's like Giannis Varoufakis would say, you need to have the right incentive and deterrence to get people to
Oh yeah,
actually where you want them.
yeah. So that's why he was an honor roll student for most of his life. So he can do it. Thing is, you got to give up that Pookie shit.
Yeah.
But
I
he
mean,
got
you talk to Law. Law was
Give up.
what?
Law was a junior Pookie.
Yeah. Oh, was he? Okay.
You know. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't that bad, but
He wasn't that bad.
You know,
No, my nephew's not a junior. Okay.
yeah, you could because you could be in the streets or in the books.
Yeah.
And Theo was in the books.
He a 4-star Pookie general.
The thing is, my nephew started in the books and then got gravitated to the streets. So
yeah,
he's actually a really a nerd.
Like that
playing
sometimes.
Pookie. He's a
But it's
cosplay
environment.
Pookie. He's a cosplay Pookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, keep an eye on him
What
for me, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
definitely.
what the Gen Z call it these days? Thug maxing.
Oh man, they
Maxing?
with the prison tattoos on their face and shit. They said, "What the fuck you guys doing, man? You know what that represents?"
Nah, that's too
Okay,
much.
BGS, I have the right term for you actually.
I mean, if you got tattoos on your face, that means you're a killer, man.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, yeah, that's what it means.
Master
Go ahead.
Teacher,
Yes, sir.
I have the right term for you, and this comes from Snowman's show. One of his co-hosts, Wise El Hefe, had a term for some people who were like about the thugs. He said, "These guys are trans thugs." What a trans thug? Yeah, they identify as a thug, so they're transitioning to become thugs. So they're trans thugs.
Trans thugs. Okay, I'll use that one.
Yeah.
I'll use that one.
That was so
They'll-
fun.
they'll
That
have
was
to-
so funny. I had to keep my mouth shut. God damn.
I said, we didn't have to send you back to Killeen, nigga, to be a thug. You stayed here. But he might not have been alive if he stayed here, though.
What the hell is Colleen? Where the hell is Colleen?
Killeen is Fort Hood.
Tell
Fort
Fort Hood, Texas.
Hood,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell
Oh,
I know a little something about Colleen.
affectionately.
Hey, Jesse, I wonder why.
hey, Jesse, BGS.
we ain't gonna talk about it, but I wonder why you know so much about it, sir.
Hey, Colleen is affectionately known as Kill each and every nigga Texas.
Yeah, I can believe it. It's nowhere. Like, was it near Waco?
No, it's closer to Austin than it.
Yeah, 40 miles.
It's in between Austin and Temple and Waco. All three.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
let me check on
okay,
a
so you
map.
go way past Round Rock, way past Georgetown.
Yeah, after you pass Georgetown and Round Rock, you come into Bell County, Texas.
Killeen is a military
Oh,
base
wonder where
town.
you want to text
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
And so Fort Hood is where Killeen is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot
And,
of
remember, gentlemen, it's not called Fort Hood anymore. It's called Fort Chavez.
For who? Cesar Chavez?
No, that's just what they renamed. Remember, I told you a couple years ago, they were reclassifying all those historical military bases that had racist roots
okay.
Oh yeah, no more Fort Robert E. Lee anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Fort Lee. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay. Anyway, closing thoughts, folks.
I'll say this, BJ.
See y'all brothers tonight.
All right.
I would say avoid going on those panels with the hostiles. I listened to that today. That was they were hard to
yeah.
I know some of those folks, but they were not having that conversation in good faith. They were trying to pick apart, not for clarification, but to try and undermine. And
They're trying to have an argument. Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
but it's
Yeah,
interesting.
brothers, go where you are appreciated. Go where you are appreciated.
But he probably won't invite me up again because he was holding his
No, he
head.
won't.
He wasn't ready for that.
No.
What stream was this?
No, he wants to make some money. Like I've seen him on a couple of other panels. I mean, look, you could be mid-30s working construction, or you could try and make some money off of YouTube from people who want to hear you pander. I mean, which one are you going to pick? Swinging a hammer, or swing some super chats?
I think stay in your lane. I think you're not ready for me.
hey, Afro Nerd called him out. He said, "I see you meet how he called him out, and he didn't have nothing for him." He said, "No, I didn't have to meet nobody until you came up." Then PhD like came in to start interrupting everybody. I'm like, there was no reciprocity at all. But I think that stream did his job, saying niggas get the fuck out this country because they ain't changing. They ain't doing nothing. This is how they are. So I think that's just an advertisement.
Oh yeah. They thought the thing is, it just reinforces that these women are actually mean and they're not going to change very much. They
What
really
channel was
can't
this
change
happening
them.
on?
This was on what the fuck was the channel? Okay. What's it? God, let me look it up.
I missed everything. It's like, man.
It just happened yesterday, so.
Got it.
You're going to want to fast forward through the video when the women are speaking because they ain't really saying anything. That's what I did, honestly. I just fast forward when they were speaking. So, and the whole Polly Murray thing, how they twist that whole Polly Murray thing is ridiculous.
They didn't understand in the first place.
They don't know who she is.
Yeah,
they don't know who she is.
Yeah. Okay. All they know is somehow the men had problems with it. It's Jermaine's fault.
She was a black woman with like a PhD and a JD in like the 60s and the 50s.
Oh, in the 40s. In the 40s.
Very few black people who had that, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you know whose parents did? Robert F. Smith's parents had PhDs. You see where he wound up. That's what a legacy and that type of family efficiency can build.
Yeah, but basically, intersectional feminism was actually created by her. Most of the stuff you see nowadays was created by her and Eleanor Roosevelt back in the 50s. Yeah. But they kind of hide her.
Yeah, that is true. They do. You had to dig deep. I think there's an Amazon Prime documentary on her.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Actually, watched that and also bought her book because I actually really want to. Go ahead.
Boss, are we speaking of Margaret Sanger?
No, we're talking about Pauli Murray. Actually played her.
Oh, Pauli Murray. Okay.
Yeah. The Wildest Wake Up Show. The intellectual dishonesty of the Black Manosphere. Yeah.
The Wildest Wake Up Show.
Oh. Yeah, he was holding his head because he couldn't control them bitches, man. They wouldn't shut up. Yeah.
That's not his job. Let him run free.
Oh no, he was holding his head because he said, "Oh, we actually have civil discussions over here." Anything but. Okay, not with me. Not with me. As soon as I got up there, shut the fuck up. Okay.
Them bitches knew exactly who you was and they was ready to fight.
They were ready to fight.
BGS attack! A BGS attack!
And I'm trying to be cordial. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be cordial. I don't want to do that shit on his show, so I'm trying to be cordial. I said, if you want to talk, if y'all want to talk, I don't have to be here. Okay, y'all can talk amongst yourselves. Okay.
True. There's books you could read. Take a walk. Go get a taco. You know, go harass your nephew.
That's why I said that. I said, well, show me your research. I said that to what's your name, Bomb Cherry. Okay. BGS, would you change your mind? Show me the research. I'll change my mind. Okay. I know you ain't gonna read, so it ain't coming anytime soon.
Oh, you broke her heart and you bust her bubble when you said you ain't gonna read. That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Dude he's pandering for that dollar, man. It is what it is. I think he wouldn't make him shut up.
Look, man, you can make some good money on this platform if you got an audience that actually donates.
Oh yeah,
and you can create content that people will watch. I mean,
he made $500 off that stream because I was up there. Yeah, because they were super chatting like a motherfucker, man. Get him.
I send you a thank you call.
Yeah, that's a thank you.
No, he came back the later that night and actually gave me a super chat. So I said, nigga, that's not even 10%.
Hey, at least he got smarter. I know why this happened. I brought the big guy.
I brought the big guy. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did he give you at least 5%?
No, he gave me $10. It might be 5%.
No, wait. $10 at 500. Yeah, no, that's no way.
No. Hey, he gonna have you back up there, BGS. You made money.
If I go back, I might not go back.
You gonna try to convince me? No, wait, no.
He be pimping for BGS that way. Hell no.
BGS is not gonna go back. BGS is not gonna go back. But you can guarantee he's going to be pandered and big. Hey, I need you, boss. I really need you. Bro. You help with my ratings. I need
BGS, you need to set up a rev share with all these dudes and just see what they're doing, bro. Yeah. You just have the conversation.
My time is money. No, he's just saying, my time is money.
Yeah.
You get them all lined up and you get
one.
Hold on. One at a time. Yeah. Who's first? Drama finish.
Yeah, no, you just go on these chats and get everyone angry, get the super chats, and you can make a little money.
That's where the BGS tax came from. I'm up here for free. Pay the man. Pay the channel operator.
There you go.
And keep the network growing that way.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the whole thing. He never asked for. Hold on. This is the whole thing. He never asked us for the money for himself. He always, God bless you for it. BGS, you always say, pay them. The taxes for them. These other content creators. I'm trying to help establish them. This is what makes you the man that you are. God bless you, dude.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
don't have to do it, and we all know it.
Oh yeah. And when I show up, I said, let me show up for a couple hours so they can
Yeah.
people can come in and actually participate. So that's why I do it.
Yeah.
The
Anyhow,
only
yeah.
downside of it is when he goes poof and he leaves me when I'm entrenched. I'm entrenched in learning whatever it is that comes out of his mouth. I'm like, God damn it, old man, you fooled me again.
They said the
fooled me
same. They
again.
said the same thing when I left that stream. Right. I wish BGS was still here. He didn't treat me right.
You disappeared like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Or
Do not.
or like Nameless. Nameless just poof
Oh
gone.
yeah, I was just gonna say
Nameless is a
you
samurai. He's a Bushido, not a shinobi.
Threw down the smoke pellets and bounced.
You guys, everybody wants to watch the fucking. Okay. All right, I'll paste the link.
I'll paste. Everybody wants to fuck. I mean,
somebody,
come on, man. You know
somebody said Dr. T is live. Okay, I'm getting off. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
But I can go find this show, right? You done posted this link, so I can go back in the back chat and pull it up right quick. Yeah, I got to. Where is it at?
It's right in the chat. It's just right in the chat.
Yeah. For the fuckery. Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway, folks.
Any closing thoughts, folks?
Get your passports. Learn a different language.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
that's what I would say. Anybody else?
Anybody? Yeah, peace out. Thank you for having me up.
Tunnel Runner says that's a superpower if you're black and know a different language. He'll tell you that.
I agree. Yeah, I mean,
go ahead. I just want to say thanks for having me up, man. I really appreciate, every time I learn something new and all that. Do I have your permission to pimp my channel?
Go ahead. Where's your type something in the chat?
Okay, I have to do it in a minute. It's just the Demonetized Gaming Network. If you check it out on YouTube, I'm still in the process of the channel's getting footing. I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do with it, but I got plenty of gameplay.
Next time you're on, man, just ask for a wrench. I think you have a wrench on the other channel, right?
On
a bigger channel. You don't? Okay.
Nope, I don't have one at the temple or the dojo. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem with people pimping their channel. Go ahead.
Boss, do me a favor, please. Please put that stream in the back chat so I can just press it on blue, because I just tried to go to the comments and pull it and I couldn't get it. My phone is for shit.
Okay.
I own it.
All right. There you go.
Thank you, good buddy.
I don't know why y'all wanted to watch that fuckery, but go ahead.
Because anytime we get to see you defeating the scourges of the earth, it's a good day. It's a good day, sir.
Sparring match.
The thing is that when they put sex inside the civil rights bill, chicks said, "How come y'all didn't stop it?" I said, "With four people, yeah."
How come we didn't stop it when y'all were pushing forward? Get the fuck out of here.
I said, "How is 4 black men gonna stop the sex and civil rights bill?"
Yeah.
Well, y'all were there. You should have stopped it.
Nope. We love to play the shoulda, woulda, coulda game.
You cannot be this dumb.
Yeah. Guns and Butter became incredibly effective, and it made a lot of people a lot of money. Not a lot of black people though. So.
Mm-hmm. In fact, they say I'm actually clipped that thing about DEI. It was actually on what's his name show, where DEI actually cut affirmative action in half for black people.
Okay.
And all those jobs went to white women.
Yep.
And white men. Don't forget white men too.
And gay white men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gay white men. Wasn't straight white men. Gay white men.
Absolutely.
Gotta put that asterisk on it.
Yeah. Anybody else? Closing thoughts?
My closing thought is this: BGS. One of these days, I gotta send you a link to that series of cheese commercials we have in Norway.
Okay.
It talks about some of the stuff that was humor. That's ridiculous. That was funny as hell.
Okay.
That's like inspired by Black Club, but I gotta translate it for you somehow. I gotta get the translation for you so you can get the gist of it. And as usual, folks, as I say every time, y'all ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit. Never will be shit. And God bless you, BGS.
Yeah.
As far as your nephew,
they tell me I won't be shit in the next life either.
Yeah. BGS, as far as your nephew goes. What size shoe you wear if you're gonna be putting that foot thoroughly up his ass?
I only have a size 10, but I need a 13. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I can get you. My dad wore size 10, but he got them wide feet and everything.
Okay.
Because I had my ass stretched out thoroughly when I was 6, 7 years old. I know what that's like. Whoo. But anyway, peace
I
out.
gave him the riot act, man. I said, don't embarrass me and don't fuck up, okay? 2 things. These guys will take care of you. Yeah, these guys will actually take care of you. And
Okay, man.
you got 3 kids and 1 on the way. You need this kind of money, okay?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We go catch you on the flip flop on the other side tonight in the Coliseum. I'm about to go check out this joint that you just.
Oh shit! All right.
I got you.
Good.
I'm gonna pop over to Dr. T.
Good luck. Yeah, you need some. Yeah. Anybody else? Golden thoughts?
Appreciate. I love the esoteric talk. I've been pounding that lately, especially with the African aspect. Talking to a lot of African women, and even South American women. They impressed with what I know so far. So I've been just really studying that stuff lately. But I appreciate the info on that, and always it's a joy to speak and listen to the game you spitting.
Yeah, women love esoteric stuff. They really do. Especially talks to their shadow, to their inner female. It does.
Oh yeah, especially like African women always like me anyway, but like lately, like they come up to me, and if I know anything about their even the spiritual aspect of their culture, they like that. So
yeah,
it always helps.
Leave that.
Yep. That's called game, sir.
Oh, I give you your credit. You got me a lot of ass.
Smitty, if you need help with East African women, especially from the Horn of Africa, holla at your boy.
Right now, it's mostly Rwandan women and Kenyan. Like
that's East Africa. Yeah.
Oh, you're good then.
Yeah.
I would say like I got hit on before by like Ethiopian and Eritrean women.
Oh, you up my alley? I'm Eritrean.
Yeah, I know that. But that's like mostly when I would visit DC. Up here, they're in we have them up here, but they're in their own
little bubble. Yeah.
So,
yeah, of course.
For the most part, it's like a lot of bougie Rwandan women that are top.
Oh,
yeah. Because Carnegie Mellon has a school in Rwanda. I did not realize that. So a lot of them come back and forth.
Okay.
So yeah, so I know there's one that I talked to. She's in Germany, so whenever I go to Germany, I can hit her up. Fine, slim, thick chocolate thing. So you see the women I like BGS, so you know.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it, BGS.
All right. Peace out. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. All right. See you guys later.